What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Undrafted and Overconfident podcast on a Monday, January 5th, 2026. I'm Jason Semko. With me, Brandon Bigo Gordon.
Semko, we're here. It's playoff time.
I don't know if I'm ready yet after last night's
thriller. Jesus, man. Like, edge of your seat. You were tight butthole that whole game.
There's been some crazy epic games between Steelers and Ravens, and we'll get into it later, but I don't know if I might have been the best.
That's top. It's got to be one of the top ones.
Yeah. There was an AFC championship game that was big, and it was close, but it didn't quite have the finish that this one did.
I mean, ups and downs. Downs at the end. You got to feel for those kickers.
But that's your only job.
Yeah. But we'll get in, like you said, we'll get into it a little bit more, man. But outside of the game that was white-knuckling you the whole time on Sunday night, how was the rest of your weekend?
A little sad. Took down all the Christmas stuff.
Okay, it's time. It's time.
I wish we could have kept it up a little longer, but my work schedule, working this weekend, then it might be too long. So it was just bite the bullet, take it all down. It's sad. It stinks because it seems the house just seems a little more empty.
Yeah, it does. It always does because you really bring in the Christmas stuff, and you know anybody that celebrates, you add stuff to the inside and the outside, right? Glams it up, shines it up, brightens it up. So when you take it out, it's all of a sudden a little bit darker, a little bit more empty. Like we've started, not a lot, as you can see. We're doing this out of my kitchen right now, and you can see that the tree is still up, very well lit.
The tree's still up,
and we've got some of the Christmas accoutrements just out, and the lights are still on outside. But this weekend's the weekend.
Yeah.
Like, if we weren't doing it last weekend, we have to, mainly because my trash people said they're not going to take that tree outside of next weekend. I got to get it down.
Oh, they
get
got
it out to the curb.
They
say after the second week of January, you done ski. You got to take that thing to the dump.
That's not bad, though, that you actually have a time limit, though.
Yeah. They give me of course, I'm now pushing it all the way up to the expiration date. I'm like, let's just go all the way.
But if this looks so nice, and you don't want to take it down, I'm sure the kids love it.
They do, and they'll be a little bit crestfallen when it comes down. So, yeah, let them enjoy it. But at the same time, there's also a situation where my kids are like, the tree's still up. Maybe there's going to be more presents. And I'm like, no, the presents are done. We're done. So, yeah. So we'll chop that bad boy down. I got to cut in half. They were like, you can't have it full size. I have to cut that son of a gun down in half for them to throw it in the trash.
You got a saw?
Yeah, I got a saw.
Okay.
Not electric. Luckily, I got that raw man strength.
You've been working out. You built the gym.
That's right. That's what I've been. This is why. So I can cut down a tree with my bare hands.
And get ready for the NFL Combine.
Ooh, yeah, because we got something brewing for that for the podcast. I know it. But we'll get into that.
Pulled hammy and that 40. It's going to happen.
Are we going to do our own combine? Do the shuttle, the 40. Bench.
We really should do something for like our fantasy football draft where, we all take part in a combine. And
it can't be. Don't let it be heavy weighted on the 40 time like the combine does.
We do like 3 or 4 events or 5 events or something.
Okay.
Do like the broad jump, high jump, 40, shuttle, and the bench press.
Bench. Got to be bench.
So
Give me
5.
something that I have a chance at. I'm not going to get any of those other ones, but I might have a chance to be top 3 in the bench.
It'd be interesting to see where we're at.
Oh man, I'm putting money. I'm the slowest person in our league right now. I might have to be.
I don't know.
You don't want to call anybody out right now.
Darkness.
Oh, Darkness. He's fat. He runs. He's got the mindset. I think he could beat me in a foot race.
It's a short race.
Yeah, it is.
Who really wants that first pick more, you or Darkness?
Or the last pick. I don't want the last pick.
Exactly.
That's what I get
really
every year.
Fighting for it.
Oh my god. So you took the Christmas light down. You know, it's a somber moment, sad way to end the holiday season. But little birdie told me that you're going to step your game up next year. You're competing with somebody. Is that right?
I am. Todd Benjamin French.
His name's Benjamin. Is that right?
I don't know.
Okay, we're
it
just
is now.
Yeah.
I think that's our bit now.
TBF.
We just make up middle names. TBF.
So you're challenging. You're throwing the gauntlet down. You're challenging.
We talked a little bit, and I think we've both been a little disappointed with how our neighborhoods have looked with the lights.
Not just your house, but your whole neighborhoods.
Yes, both of our neighborhoods and the whole development as a whole. Like, there's a few really good houses. I got one house on my street, and he's making me feel like I got to pick up my game.
Okay.
And Todd feels the same way. He's like, there's a couple houses on the street that look good, the rest not so much. But if we pick up our game,
maybe everybody else will pick up that. Okay, so you're trying to, high tide raises all ships type situation.
Yes.
Okay.
But I obviously want to outdo my friends.
Yeah, of course. Shocker. Semco wants to compete.
So, look, if you want to go all Clark Griswold on that thing, then have at it, buddy.
Yeah, more power to you.
But no, I definitely, there's room for improvement.
Okay.
And I think can make it look nice. But a little competition will really make sure. Because I've had the icicles to do on like the gutters.
Yeah.
For 2 years and just haven't done it.
Oh, okay. So you haven't even put them up?
No. I mean, I put lights up. A lot of times it's just the ones that you just the nets that you kind of throw over.
Yeah. That's the real lazy man's lights.
Taking them down was so nice. It did not take long at all.
You're like an old fisherman casting a net out just onto your bushes. You're like, done. Takes all of 2 minutes.
I did that, and my wife came outside, and she's like, you got to set those a little different. I was like, really? You can't just throw it on?
No, you have to, hook it around some twigs and some branches.
There's an art to it.
Apparently.
But yes, there's room for improvement, and I'm ready, and I think it'll be great to kind of go over to the French's, see what they got.
Yeah.
Then come over to my house.
You can do a little recon? Like, oh, man, they put up inflatables.
And not the first year. I don't want to. I want to see how it goes kind of like
blind.
Right. Yeah. And then if he kicks my butt, then maybe I'll have to do a little undercover recon.
Gets a snow machine, just like...
That's, I think, where it's going to get to, is we're going to end up getting, figurines and lights everywhere, and it's going to be... It might get Clark Griswold.
Yeah, that's never going to happen over here. No. Not at this house, no. I put up the lights just to not look like the house with no Christmas cheer, but I'm never going to be in competition. There's a house within iShot. You see it. We talked about this.
It's very nice.
Very nice. Professionally done.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to do that. I'm just like, all right, well, if they look out their window, at least they see there's some lights over in this general direction. Because you see my neighbors, they don't have anything up. So I'm actually kind of standing alone, except a little bit further down the street.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys are going all out. And I also use them as a marker of, okay, when they take their lights down, then I'll take my lights down. But if they don't take them down by the end of this week, I'm done. I'm taking them down.
That's the right time to take it down.
So, I mean, we're not flashy. I don't really care what my neighbors think. Apparently, you're more obsessed with what people think about what your house looks like, but I don't. So
slightly, but it really is. I just want to have a better house than my friend.
Yes, of course. It really drills down to that competition piece.
And then that means more to me. I mean, it doesn't have to be for money. It's just for the pride.
It's for the pride.
Bragging rights.
Yes. Well, I can tell you a couple people that don't have pride or bragging rights right now because we saw not one, not two, not three. We saw 4 head coaches shown the door today on Black Monday.
That's actually a low amount to me, I think.
I think there's more coming.
There have to be.
I mean, yeah, there are plenty of people that deserve not to have a job, but you go through, first one was Raheem Morris.
That couldn't have happened any faster.
I mean, with the quickness.
They even ended the year hot.
Yeah.
They helped get a team into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Kind of can help ride that a little bit.
Yeah, well, not only did they help the Panthers make it, but they also beat the Bucks late in the season that also affected them making it. So that was a double punch to the Bucks. Yeah. I don't think there's a team that's more hated in Tampa Bay right now than the Falcons for ruining their playoff chances.
That's really going to be some good games to watch next year.
A lot of ill will.
The quality will be any good.
No, but the emotion will be there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so Raheem Morris, the first one to get the walking papers. Then I think Stefanski for the Browns was next.
That was really the only one I truly felt was it just was one that it was time.
Yeah.
He'd been there long enough. He tried. I don't even know if it's his fault.
Yeah,
honestly.
That firing reminds me a lot to a lesser extent because he didn't have nearly the success. But that reminds me a lot of the Vrabel firing for Tennessee.
Yes.
Because it's like, you plateaued. We're not going any further with you. You're a great coach. I don't think anyone denies that. But you're done here. It's just it's not working out.
It's like if you've kind of lost the locker room, you've lost the fan base. I mean, he could be... I've seen kind of a list of next coaching candidates. He's high on the list.
Yeah, I think he's already in line to interview for the Titans, the Giants, and one other. So he's obviously in demand still. It's just, again, just not a good fit.
I was a little surprised at the Pete Carroll. Maybe not as surprised if he wasn't like 85.
I was about to say, come on. It's like they can't wait around with this guy. It was either get it done now or don't get it done.
But I think they're going to fall into the trap that, look, I know the Bears, they ended up firing their coach quick, getting a new coach, but I don't know if it's smart to have this whole, so we got the first pick in the draft. Let's bring in a brand new head coach. Now, unless you get a guy, like the Rams had Jeff Fisher with Jared Goff. If you bring in like an established coach who then can maybe help at least get the quarterback on the right track. But if you're just going to bring in some young new coach for the first time and then get a brand new quarterback,
it's a recipe for disaster.
It really is. The odds are against you. Once again, I think the only one that succeeds is Joe Burrow. Well, and Zach Taylor still has his job.
And they committed to him. Did you hear about this?
No.
They're like, he's safe. They pretty much said,
I saw that. Anywhere. I was like, did they sign him to an extension?
No. He's not getting fired.
He's got to be buying Burrow houses.
Yeah, he's like, thank you for my job.
Yes.
No, but I agree with you that the Raiders really kind of painted themselves in a corner, because if I'm a reputable head coach, like prospecting, or like I'm up and coming, I am not going near that job. I'm not going anywhere near that job, because you are now handcuffed to whoever they pick. That quarterback, whoever that quarterback is, you go as that quarterback goes. And if they falter and if they don't produce in a very small window, because nowadays a first round, if it's top pick or top 2 or 3 pick quarterback, if they don't succeed or show some kind of success in that first year, you're gone.
You gone.
It's like you picked the wrong guy. It's like, that's a hell of a lot of pressure. I just got in the freaking building.
Do you think that the head coach then should have a major say in who that quarterback is taken? If this is the scenario where you two are basically handcuffed together.
Especially if I'm a hot commodity. If I'm a hot commodity, like head coach potential, then yeah, I'm going to put that in the writing. I'm like, I get to decide who my quarterback is. But even at that point, you're getting somebody right out of college. You have no idea how he's going to translate. Because even if you're the best scout in the world, we've seen it time and time again. You cannot predict who's going to, at 100% closing rate, who's going to be incredible and who's going to be doo-doo.
I saw something that the top 3 picks, and it might have been 4 of the 5, the first option that they need is a quarterback. And I'm like, look, I know last year's draft was great.
Oh, man.
But that happens once every 30 years.
Seriously.
So some of these teams, like the Cardinals that are picking 3rd, you're going to have a 3rd choice. Are you just going to get a quarterback?
And go on the Cardinals. They're the 4th, right? Joe Gannon gone. Poof.
He had 3 years. He was attached to Kyler Murray,
which is crappy because he came in and inherited that, and he benched him on purpose because they were like, he's no good. So now Kyler's in limbo, right? I think they've gotten to like March 18th to pick up his $19 million option.
There's no way.
He's got to be gone, right?
It just reminds me of like Robert Griffin III. When you knew that date was coming, you knew they weren't going to pick up that option, though. There's no way they're going to pay that kind of money.
I mean, you could argue that he could have played that second half of the season, and they'd still trotted out Brissett because they thought they had a better opportunity of winning with him.
Brissett, when he had like Harrison Jr. healthy, they were much more explosive of an offense. And Kyler Murray, I don't even know if it's the size. We kind of joked on, I think, the first or second podcast that it doesn't even, they had to put a clause that he has to read the playbook.
Yeah.
He maybe should have stuck to baseball.
I mean, yeah, he would have had a longer career, most likely, and wouldn't have gotten hurt as much.
It's tough, though, knowing that you might be in the minors for 4 or 5 years,
That's
riding
true.
on buses, staying in like crappy hotels, and then you could be the first pick in the NFL draft and you're the king of a city.
Yeah, that's very true.
But it's going to be a stark fall, and I just don't know. Like, unless you're Drew Brees and you can throw the ball, because he's about the only short guy that's ever done it, and kind of Doug Flutie to an extent. But if you're going to try to rely on your legs, Kyler, I don't know if you're going to really have any more success in the league. This might be it for him.
Yeah, I do think it is. This is his swan song. You might find a team in transition. Hell, you might find him on the Raiders next year.
Might as well give it a shot. Him and Genty?
There you go. Him and Genty, Brock Bowers. You know that Murray likes to dump it to his tight end.
It's not a bad option. They have Mayer as well.
Yeah.
So that could work. I think you should have your first pick if it's a quarterback. ride the bench.
Yeah.
You should have a legit starter going into the season.
There you go. So that's why it makes it a perfect sense. They cut him. He goes to the Raiders. He's their stopgap. They know he's not going to be their end-all solution, but he still gives them a potential of winning a couple games with his legs. And then you let the quarterback that's of the future sit back and say, wow, Kyler did that really great, or wow, that was a really dumb mistake by Kyler Murray. I'll know not to do that now.
Yeah.
So he can learn from the mistakes and the successes.
There is part of that, though. You make a good point. But you want Kyler Murray in that quarterback room?
That's true. Yeah, bad example.
I mean, sure. Geno Smith. I think you should keep Geno Smith.
Ah, poor Geno.
Look, he made a great resurgence in his career. I'm happy for that. But I think there's always, you got to have a guy, I think, at least on each side of the ball, that brings that like experience, professionalism. Maybe you don't want Geno Smith, but I think the Raiders should try to keep him. Have him be the week 1 starter. Have him take the first reps.
I can see that.
And then, look, if preseason comes, or kind of like the whole Matt Flynn, Russell Wilson, if Russell Wilson just outplayed Matt Flynn, so if the Raiders' number 1 pick ends up outplaying Geno in the preseason and practice, then have him start week 1, but don't have him going in as the starter.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough
because the fans are going to want the first pick overall to be your starter.
If they could do it logically, the Raiders would trade back stockpile picks and they'd get their offensive line in order because Gentry's dying on the vine there, he's
going to be so good
if they get an offensive line. And if they bring in a quarterback with the offensive line, they're going to murder this kid. Whoever they bring in, he's going to die in week 5.
Yeah, because he's not going to be able to. At least Geno Smith could probably make some throwaways, escape a little bit better. Yeah, you bring some new guy. That is not. I don't even think the draft class is that good.
It's not. So that's another reason. It's like going for the arch sweepstakes the next year and just build your offensive line.
I did see some good news for your Commanders, possibly, at least in the draft.
I like good news.
Because it seems like every team in front of the Commanders needs a quarterback. Commanders might get like the best defensive line player.
All right. Or the best offensive. No, we don't need an offensive tackle for once. We're actually
anyone on defense.
Yes. We can get the best position player. Yes, we can.
Yeah. Because these other teams are at least probably going to go offense. Maybe offensive line. But yeah, the Commanders at like the 7th pick might get about the best defensive player in the draft.
We'll take it. We have so many holes. It can be any. I don't care what line it is. D-line, linebacker, DB, we'll take it. Just take the best available, please, for the love of God. So we saw 4 go down. Do we think this is the end, or do we think there's going to be a few more axes in the next week or even in the offseason? It feels like when they do this, they do it with a quickness. Like they fire these guys like minute 1 because they're already gearing up for the combine and for scouting and for staffing. So I feel like if we are going to see more firings, they're going to be pretty soon.
Because a lot of teams have come out also and said guys that are safe. We mentioned Zach Taylor. Somehow Mike McDaniel is safe.
I hear Aaron Glenn is. How?
The Jets. Man.
I mean, this is did you see this stat? This is the first year since 1930-something, I think it's like 1933, that the Jets win a whole season without getting an interception. Aaron Glenn is a defensive coordinator. How do you not get a pick all season?
It's funny you say that because wasn't Aaron Glenn the defensive coordinator when the Lions had the worst defense for like 2 straight years?
Yes. How did he get that job?
He was like the defensive side. Who was the Eric Bieniemy? Remember, everyone wanted him to be a coach. Dude, I think the NFL was right.
Man, of course they were.
Where is he now?
He was the offensive coordinator for UCLA for a minute. I don't think he is anymore.
But Aaron Glenn, it's like the NFL was like, okay, I mean, maybe he's not supposed to be a head coach, but we didn't give Bieniemy a shot, so let's give Aaron Glenn. Because, I don't understand. A great defensive player yourself, but you were leading the worst defense for years.
Yeah, did not have the track record at all.
But that's the Jets for you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But if they're either way, they're either going to have a bad head coach or they're going to sign a quarterback who on the second play of the game is going to like tear his Achilles. But then that quarterback came back and led the Steelers
Yeah.
to a great Sunday night football. We're in, baby.
Yeah, you guys made it. I don't know how. Skin of your teeth. My God. Somebody do a wellness check on Tyler Loop. Make sure that he's alive. Make sure that his house is still upright and not ablaze somewhere in downtown Beemore, because, I mean, he can't be on that team next year, can he?
He's a good kicker. But, boy, they really wish Justin Tucker wasn't such an idiot.
They just wish Justin Tucker keep his hands to himself. Hey, your professional expertise is with your foot. Leave your hands out of it. All right, guy?
He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Yeah, he found something to do with his hands.
Yeah, he did. Not the right thing to do.
Yeah, you wonder if Justin Tucker's laughing on his couch, eating popcorn, like.
No, you know that if that was Tucker, that was right down the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Like 10 out of 10 times.
Yep.
He did. I hate that team. I didn't like him just because he was on that team. But, man, he just made every single big kick.
But, yeah, I mean, like, that game had so many big moments, but so many big swings. The Tuesday Flower touchdowns were incredible. The way that Lamar Jackson escaped, what was it, Hightower, and who else was it?
Was it Herbig? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I thought they had him.
And instead, like a 70-yard touchdown bomb? Incredible.
That's Lamar Jackson for you. He had a couple plays in the game where he tried something like that, and it didn't work.
Right.
But that's the thing. You just give him that one opening. But I did want to say this, because I know Seabear is listening.
Oh, okay.
And I kind of want to set the record straight this year.
Oh, all right.
I'm not really a Steelers fan this year. I want to say it on the pod.
You are. We mentioned it. We sprinkled it last week when I said, would this, if you won the Super Bowl, would it be tainted? You said yes.
It would be. I'm really not rooting for Aaron Rodgers. I couldn't help but think that watching the game, I was just kind of like, this is what you were this is what you were such a jerk in the offseason for.
This is what you're brought in for.
This is what you were brought in for. I was kind of like, you, in a way, were kind of like Conor McGregor back in the day when he said he was going to knock everybody out, flamboyant, braggadocious, and he did it. And he was great for it. And everyone wanted to knock him down. He rose to stardom. And then the second, though, that he didn't, people were like, all right, dude, stop talking.
On him, yeah.
So there's two throws that he made, Aaron Rodgers. One to like Adam Thielen and one to Freiermuth, where he like put it right next to like the DB's head.
He zoomed it right by him.
If he had come out in the end of the season, first week of free agency, and was like, I want to go to Pittsburgh. I love their organization. I want to play for them. I want to get them a Super Bowl. This is where I see ending my career. If he made those throws and missed them, I'd be like, you know what, man? Mitchell Trubisky couldn't do it. Who's the loser from Pittsburgh that we got?
Pickett.
Small hands Pickett.
Small hands.
And
God, these small hands.
Now they're really big. And aging Ben, none of those guys could make that throw. So I would have been like, at least thank you for trying that, Aaron.
There you go.
But you know what? The offseason, you held us hostage.
Man,
you wanted to do your ayahuasca trips, your cryptic tweets, your Cheshire Cat grin when anytime you talked about where you're going to sign.
So I don't know. I still might retire.
You had to make those throws.
Yeah.
It took you 18 weeks.
It's a golf clap. He gets a golf clap.
That's what you built yourself up to do. And you know what? You need to do it more, because that's what you put yourself up there. You basically said you were going to knock the league out by making it all about you. You showed up for one game. I would love to give you like a lot of credit, but that's what you were supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what you're brought in to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you know the real reason why he held you guys hostage, because all he was doing was waiting for one phone call from Kevin O'Connell. If Kevin O'Connell called him and said, come to the Vikings, that's what he was waiting for. He was waiting for the Vikings to pretty much decide, you know what, we're going to give JJ a chance. And boy, was that the wrong decision.
Sam Darnold.
I mean, letting Sam go and then just say, this guy's ready. Aaron Rodgers will drop everything to come to us right now, but we don't want that. We trust the young kid, and what a horrible mistake. And to your benefit, because you guys got Rodgers. He made the plays when he needed to. He got you into the playoffs. We needed to. It did it without DK. DK's coming back from suspension, so
he'll be well rested.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, with him being well rested, I think that it's time now. And we didn't even go to it. Well, before we go into because we are going to go into our revamped and revitalized NFL playoff predictions from every round all the way up, even including reseeding. Thank you for Semco. Shout out to Semco for reminding us that they do reseed after the first round. So we're making sure that we're getting the matchups correct.
Yes.
But before we do, I do have to pat myself on the back a little bit because I'm pretty sure on our predictions on the NFL playoffs, all 3 games, I think I was 3 for 3, baby. Seahawks over Niners, Bucks over Panthers, Steelers over Ravens.
I was so happy you picked the Steelers because I was in a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, you were swinging. Oh my God, and you buried my Bulldogs. When you picked the Bulldogs, I should have known that was the kiss of death.
We ended the podcast last week.
And then we finished the game. We watched it.
Ole Miss scored a touchdown to take the lead with 11 minutes left, and both of us were like, that's enough time for Georgia to come back. We're still going to move on. We gave no love to Ole Miss.
0 love.
Whatsoever.
So, yeah, disrespecting Ole Miss, mostly because of our vitriol towards Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, and anything that he touches.
But I do love that the DT pretty much shouted out, called him down and said, we can't stand him now because he's trying to make it all about him. Just like we were talking on the podcast. Yeah. He said, we don't want him. He tried to call in and he tried to do this and this. We don't want to hear from him. We don't want to talk to him. We don't even want to think about him.
Good.
So I appreciate that.
I'm kind of rooting for him now.
Yeah.
They are the underdog story.
Well, they in Miami, they got 2 dogs beating up on dogs, and then they're going to freaking go play each other. So congratulations. But I did, after our CFP predictions are kablooey, and now we're just have rooting benefits of who we want to see win. But that's done and done. So we got to start over. We got to do NFL predictions all over again.
We do.
So we will. We're going to go over the NFC, the AFC. We're going to go all the way up to the Super Bowl, pick our Super Bowl winners. The one thing about being as wrong as I have been about the NFL right now is that I get a clean slate. I don't have to bank on some of my old predictions and feel like I have to commit to those. Semco, I don't know if you're going to, because your guys that you had making it all the way to the Super Bowl, they're still in it. I'm interested to see if you revise those decisions or if you're going to stick to your guns and you're going to see them all the way. So with that, let's go ahead and have you lead off. You want to go NFC first? You want to go AFC first?
Let's go NFC. I'm impressed that you spun that so positively, that even though I got everything wrong, this actually works out into my favor.
It does. I get a clean slate. Everything works out, Bigo. Everything's coming up, Bigo.
That kind of worries me. But before we do start, we're going to put a little wager.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right. Let's see what your wager is.
Well,
Mr. Samko.
I think it's definitely going to have to be the cold plunge.
Yes, let's go.
I don't know about you, but I was up running in the 28-degree weather today. Were you cold plunging?
I took a dip this morning.
Oh, boy.
Icy.
I really don't want to lose.
Yeah, because the rule is not only if we're going to make it about the cold plunge, but you can't pick a warm day. It's got to be a cold day.
That's why I kind of want to do the cold plunge for this, so that once it's kind of over in February, we can get it done.
When it's a little bit, yeah. Okay.
Well, no, but I didn't want to save the cold plunge for a summer bed or something.
Right? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. So we got to do it, middle of February. So yeah, we'll pick a day where it's below freezing. Luckily, it insulates very well. So even when it's sub 30, sometimes the temp is still right around that 35 degrees or so.
Lord.
What's our commitment? How long are you going to stick in?
You do 10?
I do 10.
11.
Oh, no. You're going to do 11?
Yeah, I'll do 11.
Okay. All right. I submerge completely, right? I dunk my head in, and then I pop up so I can breathe, but then I stay up to my neck.
I actually think that's probably better
I think so, too.
With the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
would probably do that.
Because my wife, she'll go up to, her chest, and she'll keep her hands out. Because it does lock your hands up when you keep your hands in there.
Yeah, those fingernails and stuff. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you just lock up. But she's just dying. That's why I was I think that's why you can only stay 2 minutes. You got to go all the way. It's just I can't do it. Yeah. So, all right. So, come the end of the Super Bowl, and then maybe we need to do kind of a point structure, right? For every, what are we doing for point structure?
We're doing the first round is we want to double it, 1 point, 2, 4, and then if you pick the Super Bowl winner, 8.
I like it. 1, 2, 4, 8.
Yeah.
Works for me. I'm going to get a perfect score right here.
I don't think either of us. Our track record.
Well, that's right. We're due, right? I'm due to get everything right. It's the due theory, yes.
But yeah, let's start with the NFC.
All right, we're going NFC.
One of these games I think I've looked at and thought about all day. I still don't know where to go. I do think two of the games are pretty easy.
Pretty locked in.
Yeah, I think the Rams take care of the Panthers. I know the Panthers did just beat the Rams, and that actually probably plays into the Rams' benefit. It's hard to beat a team twice,
yeah.
Especially when you just played them. Now it is the playoffs. It is in Carolina. I don't want to take that away.
I do. That means nothing.
Teams traveling from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Oh, stop.
It's a thing, man. It's not as big as the weather, but those West Coast teams traveling to the East Coast generally doesn't go well.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna save mine, but go ahead.
I'm kind of hedging my bet here a little bit, if the Panthers do win,
stick to your guns.
No, though I got the Rams. And I think the Packers are just too decimated. And, Chicago, they lost to San Francisco, but they looked really good. I think the Bears win home game. But the San Francisco Eagles, what to make of the Eagles?
Man, that's going to be a good game.
It just has to be. But I got to go San Francisco.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm believing in that NFC West.
Okay.
Who you got?
All right, we're going to go round by round?
Yeah, we'll go round by round.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm going to give you the details to it, but we're locked in. We're simpatico on this.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have picked the Eagles.
I was close.
You mentioned how you kind of thought they were a sleeping giant.
I can't pick the Eagles. I just can't stand them.
I can't pick them. I did want to say, I felt like, the year after they lost the Super Bowl to the Chiefs, that following year, something was off. They just weren't quite playing that well. They're playing better now than they were, but they just weren't that Eagles team that we saw that Super Bowl season. They weren't the same team we saw last season. Maybe they beat the 40. I just don't see them going all the way, though. There's just something off with that team this year.
Out of those three matchups, I do give the Eagles the most benefit for that home field advantage. The Link is no fun place for visiting teams to go. And then, of course, if you want to go with that same argument, West Coast to East Coast, you can kind of go with that. That game, and I'll go over the other ones kind of quick. I'll end with the Niners-Eagles because I think that has the most cachet to it. Rams-Panthers, I agree with you. Panthers, maybe I disrespect them because they came in under 500 in the playoffs. Maybe I disrespect them because I still don't believe Bryce Young is the real deal.
Your boy McMillan is going to be the offensive rookie of the year, probably.
Yes, he is. Yeah, a lot of good he did me in the freaking week I played you. But Rams, in these instances, it's hard for me not to go with, seniority and legacy and whatnot. And Stafford knows how to win. Devontae's going to be healthy for that week. You got Puka. You got everybody kind of rolling in, ready to go. And to your point, we talked about this Rams-Panthers game. Everything had to go right for the Panthers to win that game. And it did. I don't see it landing all that way the same. I just see the Rams coming in fiery, ready to roll, and I see them beating the Panthers.
Devontae Adams back is going to
make all the difference.
I think it will.
Because even when they're inside the 5, they keep you guessing, right? We could run it with Kyron, or we could just do a fade to Devontae. They love doing 5-yard touchdown fades to Devontae.
If it's single coverage, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And then if they're going to sit there and double, that's when Kyron just picked up so many touchdowns.
You got Stafford, just a sniper as a quarterback, even in his 15th year in the league or something insane.
Led the league in passing yards.
And then Devontae just being the one of the best route runners in the league.
Yeah.
It's a match made in heaven. Packers Bears. I'm gonna make it a little bit closer than maybe you. I think the Packers have a real good shot at this game. The reason I do is just because I think that the extra week's rest for Jordan Love is going to make all the difference. They really, one of the benefits of them being where they were, they couldn't go up, they couldn't go down. There's no reason for them to risk injuring people, so they've gotten a couple extra weeks of rest to really kind of prepare for this. To your point, this is a rubber match game. Packers 1-1, Bears 1-1, right?
Packers do have a bunch of playoff experience. Thought those players, they almost always seem to make the playoffs, and they all they play really well in almost every playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if there's... Man, am I really going to switch this up? You know what I think I am? I'm going to switch this up. You know, Jimbo, for you...
Oh.
And because I'm still not a huge believer that Caleb's going to be ready for the moment when it arises in the playoffs. Even though it's at home, I can see him kind of shaking, you know, when the game's on the line. So I'm going to go Packers. I think that Jordan Love's going to be healthy. I think that their wide receivers corps is going to be the healthiest it's been in a long time. And I'm going to say the Packers are going to go in to Soldier Field, and they're going to beat up on the Packers. You got Ben Johnson. He obviously has playoff experience, but his offense was bleh against the Commanders last year in the playoffs. I mean, they weren't fantastic. He was doing too many trick plays for no freaking reason. He might have
learned from that.
Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I feel like his ego is one of the biggest in the league right now.
How could it not be? I think that's actually one of the reasons why I'm going to pick him is because I think that defense, I know they just picked up a couple guys, but they haven't really been on the Packers team. I think his offensive mind, if this was somehow another head coach, I might think differently with the Bears, but I think at least for this game, maybe longer, we'll see. But I think that they're going to make it.
All right, well.
But I don't think it'll be a blowout either. But I got faith in Caleb this game.
All right, man, how you've changed from week 1 to now. You were just...
Well, I'm not as high on the Packers. If there were other teams in this spot, somehow if like the 49ers were, I'd have the 49ers winning.
It's funny. It's because I was talking to Jimbo at this game. I was like, oh, man, you get to play the Bears, this division rival in week 1.
That's who you'd want.
And he's like, this is the only team I feel confident we have a chance of winning against. So he was like, I'll take it. Ooh. So you know what, Jimbo, I'll give it to you. Let's go Pack. Go Pack, go. I think that Caleb's not ready yet. Still a little raw. And I think that they'll get it done.
I'm still a little salty from that Super Bowl, if I'm being honest. It's hard to pick the Packers.
Is Rome coming back, or is he done? Rome Odunze, is he toast, or is he going to be back?
Heard.
I haven't heard anything good, so they'll still be without Rome, most likely. It sounds like
they'll be all right.
I don't know. I'm taking the Pack. And then the Niners-Eagles game, it's like I could really see the Eagles winning this game because they've just been kind of, like I said, a sleeping giant. Really just humming along, just doing their thing. We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to win the division. We're going to have home field. Let's just wait until the time is right for us to really kind of explode. But, man, is this just an interesting matchup for me, right? Because you've got the Niners and probably one of the best offensive minds in the league in Kyle Shanahan, right? And then you look over at the Eagles, and they have probably one of the staunchest defenses in the league.
They've lost some guys. That defense is not as good as it was last year, in my opinion.
I still think it's
fantasy-wise, I don't know.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, you're freaking 21 points every time you freaking face me against the Eagles. But so I think it's strength against strength, and then you got mid against mid. The Niners' defense is mid, and I feel like the Eagles' offense is mid. At least at this point, it's pretty mid. And they've gotten banged up on their offensive line, too. So I feel like that, obviously has layers to why their running game isn't as good, their passing game isn't as good. Jalen Hurts is trying to put a little bit too much. Let's call him what he is. He's a game manager. He's not going to, win you the games unless you're just doing 50 tush pushes a game.
Well, so the problem is the one thing that I thought that the Eagles did remarkably in the Super Bowl, and I don't know if this was like the plan the whole time, but Jalen Hurts, that was the only game where if he had an open to run, ran. Like, he didn't hesitate. Yep. He didn't think about it. I don't know if that's something that they try to implore now because that got the Chiefs all out of whack.
Yeah.
Because they weren't expecting him to just straight take off.
You see an opening and go.
And he just kept picking up 10 yards, and then field position changed, and then they were able to kind of hit plays. So I don't know if they're like, look, Jalen, we didn't want to do this, but you're going to have to, like, Josh Allen this thing starting now.
Yeah.
So it is true. I hate making my pick based on one player, but the fact that Trent Williams is back for the Niners can help get that running game, Christian McCaffrey.
And we talked about Brock Purdy. He's playing at such a high level right now. So I'm with you. I got the Niners, mostly because I just can't pick the Eagles because I can't stand them. But also because I actually think they have a legitimate set. But I could really see either of these teams.
I know. I'm worried that like either one of those teams that I don't pick could go on and get to the Super Bowl. So it's like, oh, Jason, you're going to do the same thing you did in college football.
Yeah, and I could be contrarian and just pick the Eagles because you picked the Niners. But I don't know. Maybe I'm going with my heart. in my head because I do think the Niners have what it takes.
It's going to be a good game, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully it's not a blowout. So I'll take the Niners. So we both got the Rams, we both got the Niners, and then we do pivot a little bit. I'm taking the Packers, and you're taking the Bears.
Okay.
All right, so you want to go first round AFC now?
Yeah, let's go to the AFC. Big game. I'm going to start from the top. 5th seed Texans, 4th seed Steelers.
No, of course you'd start there.
I'm a little worried coming over after a big win against your rivals. I am a big believer.
My rivals? What?
The Ravens? Yeah, we're just small rivals.
Yeah, crosstown.
Yeah. I am a big believer. I mentioned before, going and playing in the cold weather when you're not used to it. I got the Steelers winning. If it was in Houston, I might still pick the Steelers for the heart, but I think the brain says the Steelers are going to win this one. That defense, Keanu Benton, Nick Herbig, TJ Watt, by the way, Cameron Hayward, if he plays the way that he played, they could make a run. Now, he's so old. He might have just...
This might be his last ride.
It is. It has to be. But he might have given it all in that game, and I don't know if... Thank God they're playing Monday, and he gets one extra day to rest because he's going to... After that game...
Yeah,
I mean, did you see on the first play of the game, he was down there about to tackle Derrick Henry when he got, chop blocked?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this guy wants it.
Yeah.
He's not ready to
He's a dog, man.
This could be like the Jerome Bettis thing a little bit.
Okay.
I know, I'm fishing.
Yes.
But no, I just don't think the Texans don't really have that much experience. I mean, C.J. Stroud, I think, was there the one game. I think that the Chiefs blew him out. But cold weather, Pittsburgh. I got Pittsburgh. I'm going to go New England, San Diego.
Yeah.
I'm skipping the other one. We'll get to that one in a second.
Okay.
So that's a big one. I kind of am buying New England a little bit.
Oh, you're finally coming around.
And not buying the Chargers as much. I feel like the last 5 or 6 weeks, I don't know who they played. Haven't seen a highlight. I don't know if they've won or not.
They've been ugly. The wins have been ugly, and the losses have been ugly.
And I think against a team, New England, that offense they're clicking right now. I just don't know if the way the Chargers are playing, that just breeds success in the playoffs right now. Because the other team that is hot, that probably could give New England a run, the
Jags, coming in with an 8-game winning streak.
Playing the Bills.
Unbelievable.
At home. They've got a kicker that you just get the ball and they're in field goal range.
Cam Little. He's a little guy, too.
A big leg. You know what else is probably pretty big?
Shoes.
Master Cylinder. This is by far the toughest game.
Ooh.
Because
why?
Because we had some midseason predictions.
Yes, we did.
And, man, I don't want to go against them.
Oh, no.
DW, Darkness, I love you. I hope you go to the game. But I really hope Josh Allen just runs all over the Jaguars. Buffalo.
Just with the hammer.
The upset.
They're shutting down that win streak. It ends next week.
Why? Because they got the best running game in football.
Yeah, James Cook. He's great.
Led the league in running. Josh Allen, this is probably his last or second to last year that he can just, I'll kind of call it like LeBron Jamesing, like against the Warriors. Just give him the ball, overwork him, and ride him hopefully to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
So I got the Bills.
So you got the Bills, you got the Steelers, and you got the Pats.
Got the Pats.
Okay.
I really didn't want to root for the Patriots, but San Diego, you kind of left me no choice, man.
Yeah, I'll start out with them. I got the Pats beating the Chargers. Thank God my wife isn't listening, and she probably doesn't listen to our podcast anyways. But to the same point, it's like they don't have an identity, and they don't have an offensive line, and it's scary how each week one, if not two, of their offensive weapons can just disappear. From Quinn Johnson, he could have a no-catch game. Lad McConkey, who's supposed to be there, he could have 2 catches. And then Amari and Hampton, I don't know why they keep giving him the rock. Vidal was doing great for them. And just because they liked Hampton, they brought him back in. Vidal was, pushing out 100, 150-yard games.
I think, you kind of gave me a little flack about Baker Mayfield middle of the year and how he was like an MVP talk. I think you were riding pretty high on Justin Herbert too. And he's regressed as well as the season's gone on.
He's regressed, and it's easy to blame the offensive line for that because he's just had no time. He's under pressure every other drop back.
And that's just not going to get it done in the playoffs unless you're maybe like Patrick Mahomes, and Herbert's not that.
I mean, he's run more this year than I think he ever has.
Oh, the few games that I've watched, he takes off. He takes off quick because he's like, it's worth necessity. Trying to buy time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I don't have 3 seconds to get these guys open, so I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, it would be close to a miracle for the Chargers. And again, they just don't have a track record. The guys they have on that team, I mean, you saw what happened when they lost to the Jaguars. They had that game locked in the playoffs, and the Jaguars somehow came back and beat them. I don't have the confidence. And then they laid a complete goose egg against the Texans last year.
Yeah.
Herbert looked terrible in that game. And they were jonesing on him because he threw like 1 pick. He threw more picks in that game than I think he did the entire year last year.
He could want to come back with a vengeance, maybe.
Or maybe this is his curse.
Yeah.
Maybe he just folds in the playoffs. So I got to go Pats. I've been high on the Pats all year, so I'd be crazy not to.
I felt like that was the easiest pick for you.
Yeah, for me. That's why I'm starting with it. Yeah, absolutely. Texans Steelers. Yeah, for a couple reasons. I just keep disrespecting CJ Stroud. I just don't think he's it.
It's that Wonderlick.
I don't know. Maybe it is. But I think the Steelers are going to win this game. They're running high. They got the old Momo. They got momentum. Rodgers look good. They're getting DK back, and their pass rush has been looking better. Hightower, Watt, whoever you want to put in there. Herzog, is his name's Herzog? Herbig what? No, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying something else. So I got the Steelers winning that game. I think they're going to just put relentless pressure on CJ Stroud. Who's Houston starting at running back right now? Is it Woody?
I think it's Woody Marks.
Woody, like, there's a snake in my boot. Woody, that kind of Woody?
Yeah, Tim Allen.
Yeah, right? No, it's Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is Woody.
Oh, that's right.
Gosh. What am I doing this podcast with you for? Jesus. No, I mean, their run game is nothing to be excited about. You take away Nico. I like Higgins a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ready yet to really kind of take that next step.
That defense is good. It's going to be, I think, a tough game. I think the Steelers running backs, look, I don't know if I'd want Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell being the 1-2 combo moving forward. But for whatever reason this year,
they work.
It's working great.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to see a Steelers running back making a guy miss like Jaylen Warren is, because everybody loved. He's on the Chargers now.
Oh,
Harris,
yeah.
Najee Harris.
I hated Najee.
Because once
he was a plotter.
He kind of was, but there's a few times he'd get out in the open field. Somehow the offensive line would open, like a school bus.
A Red Sea
and
party.
Then he would put on some moves, power through some guy, and you're like, yes. But then he kind of pitter patters like Le'Veon Bell, but he's the only guy that's ever been able to do that. So it didn't work for him, but. Yeah, I think maybe they just wear that defense down of the Texans.
Yeah, I know this is your team, but you got your prediction. It's my turn, so you zip it.
Sorry.
Let me finish. But no, yeah, I know that the Houston defense is scary, but again, this is why you brought Aaron Rodgers in. He's seen every defense known to freaking man. If there's anybody that can pick off, I guarantee you he's going to get Houston to jump at least 2 times in that game.
Probably.
Get a free play, deep ball to DK. I'm calling it right now. So I think that they've got the right quarterback to defend or to fight off a tenacious defense. And then I think their defense is going to just swallow up CJ Stroud. And they're going to make him one-dimensional. They're going to stop Woody, at the line. A lot of long third and longs.
Yeah.
And then CJ Stroud, he's just not... I don't have any confidence in him being the guy to continue that drive. So I got the Steelers and the Pats. And then, like you said, the Jags-Bills... this is a tough one because again we keep disrespecting the Jags. We keep saying they're the Jags. They're the Jags, and they've been hitting
Jaguars.
Everything right. But I still don't think that they're ready. I don't. I believe me. I'd love to knock off your Bills in the first round.
I love it.
But
how does that sound? DW?
But I got. Josh Allen. I think. he'll lie to you when he's doing his press conferences, but he's looking around and he doesn't see Patrick Mahomes and he doesn't see Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. It's wide open for him.
And he's like, this is it. I have to do it. And I do think that he'll put on the cape. I do agree with you that James Cook is one of the best running backs in the league. And that 1-2 punch of Allen and Cooks, and they can piece whatever they need to on the receiving corps there.
Yeah.
The question mark is going to be is the defense, and if the Jags can. But I see the game plan going kind of how you're going. It's just that if they can do long drives, run, and it gets Trevor Lawrence kind of antsy on the sidelines, he's going to want to pick it back up, and maybe he makes a mistake. Maybe he overthrows or he forces a throw because he wants to keep moving. And if they can keep that offense off of the field and just keep, they're
going to slow that game down.
The play calling, in their favor. And again, it's just the Bills have done this so much with the people that they have there. It's like they're not going to be scared in the moment. They're not going to, even if they're down by 14, they're like, we're still in it.
We got Josh Allen.
Whereas if the Jags go down by 2 scores, I could see them folding up.
They did have that comeback against the Chargers.
Yes, I'm aware.
T-Law was the quarterback.
T-Law. Yeah, but everybody else was different. So, yeah, we're exactly the same. So, we got the Bills, we got the Steelers, and we got the Pats. So, in the first round, man, we're only differing on one pick. What happened? I thought we were supposed to disagree on everything. What the hell, man?
Maybe it's just that easy.
Yeah.
Maybe we're going to be that wrong.
Yeah, we will be that wrong.
But that's okay. We'll get through these next ones a little bit.
Okay.
We'll go back to the NFC.
NFC. So now you got, let's see, you had the Rams and the Bears.
Rams and the Bears.
And then you have the Niners now going back and playing the Seahawks. So which one you want to go with first?
Start with the Niners, Seahawks.
Okay.
I've listened to you all podcasts about Seattle. After my college football, I can't go with my heart. I can't go with I don't want you to be right about something. I think it's time to just kind of believe in Sam Darnold.
You want to believe?
Seattle.
You're a believer.
I'm a believer. I'm a belieber.
Oh, gross.
Justin Bieber.
Sam Darnold kind of looks like Justin Biebs, doesn't he? I don't know.
They do a good little duet together.
Maybe. There you go.
I am buying it. Seattle at home against the Niners.
Yeah.
I hope it's a great game. I wouldn't be surprised. Any of these games almost, except for maybe one that I'm going to get to. I think all will be really close. But I think Seattle at home. That's about it for that one because I could see it going either way, but I'm buying the Seattle train. And the Rams.
Toot, toot. All aboard.
All aboard. But the Rams, Bears. I got the Rams.
Yeah. You're going with your midseason. You had the Rams.
I do think that I'm a little not as believing in the Packers as maybe I should be. Like I said, I think if there were a lot of other teams in that 7th seed, I do think they could take down the Bears. So I think the Rams, they actually, I'm going to say this, they might struggle more against Carolina than they do against the Bears.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to say that. So
All right.
I got Seattle against the Rams.
You could say Seattle against the Rams. All right. I'm with you. Like, I've been a Seahawks believer. I was pissed off two podcasts ago when I was like, why didn't I pick the Seahawks? Yes. Why did I pick the Lions? So, I'm fully aboard with it. And, again, I know that it's a quarterback-driven league, but at the same time, Clint Kubiak's been doing a really good job of calling plays for Seattle right now. So I think that he's kind of the Sam Darnold deodorant. So I think he can do a good enough job of like, listen, we're going to stay on schedule. Don't do anything stupid. You got one of the best, if not the best wide receiver in the league.
I'd say the best right now.
Right? A.J. Barner, I predicted was going to come out. He's starting to come out.
He is. I don't know if it's just, once again, we talked about the whole NFL draft and having the right guys playing on the right teams and organizations. Maybe this Kubiak and Darnold, unfortunately, Kubiak is probably going to be a head coach
he'll probably
next
be
year.
Head coach next year.
But could they be a perfect pair? Because Darnold, he looked okay last year with the Vikings, but you just never felt like he could take the team down.
He was just throwing it to Jefferson.
Yeah, and managing the game. But you watch Seattle play, he's making the plays. He's throwing them down the field. The running game has been really good.
I mean, man, you'd hardly. I know that you're horny for the Steelers 1-2 punch, but man, I don't know. Seattle's got, I think, the best 1-2 punch in that running back room.
It's just, could they stay healthy?
Yeah.
Both of those guys
and they're here.
Get hurt all the time.
They got an extra week to rest up.
I know. Right now on paper, that team is so hot right now.
She's another
2 weeks in a row.
Zoolander. I'm a hot little potato right now. But again, I'm sorry, and I think I said, I don't know if I said I had the Seahawks, but of course with my seeding, I have the Seahawks playing the Packers because I have the Packers winning. So I got the Packers, Seahawks, and I think that the Packers are going to run roughshod on the Packers. What did I say? The Seahawks are going to run roughshod on the Packers. So Jimbo, you're going to have your bragging rights. Jimbo's wife is a huge Bears fan. Did you know this?
I did not.
Huge Bears fan.
Whoa.
So, yeah, split household that week one. So, Jimbo, I'm predicting you will have bragging rights over the misses, but then you're going to get punched in the mouth when you go up to Seattle.
Seattle's going to beat the Packers again.
Again.
Once again, if the
they are the Packers Waterloo. What do you want?
If the Packers just didn't beat the Steelers, I'd feel bad, but I'm really glad that the Packers are going to lose again to the Seattle.
I think that they outkick their coverage beating the Bears, but then I think they go into Seattle and they probably have this emotional exhaustion beating their division rival, and then they go in and they're just gonna be gassed. So I don't think that they're gonna beat the Seahawks. And then I got the Niners Rams. I purposely have this because I was really high in the NFC West, and I've got all three of them making it to the second round. I just realized that I have all the wild card teams making it past the first round. I don't know. That's probably a death blow, but we'll see. So with the Rams and the Niners, I got the Rams. Nice. Devontae got hurt, but he got better, right? And I think when I disrespected him earlier in our first podcast, it was because I was afraid that they were going to have a serious injury. We haven't seen it yet.
No.
And now they're going to be hypersensitive to injuries, and I just don't see them really risking injury or just being very, very smart with it. So not that you can predict injuries or anything, but I think that the Rams are just a more complete team. I would argue that they're just as good on offense as the Niners are, even with Trent Williams on that team.
Yeah.
And I think that the Rams just have a better defense right now. I could see Verse just taking over the game and just, scaring the crap out of Purdy. So I got the Rams beating the Niners in the second round.
So we both got Seattle, Los Angeles in the NFC Championship game.
Damn it. Yes, we do.
Hey, great minds think alike
sometimes. It's I really could see Eagles, Rams. I really could.
I could see so much. I could see basically any team but Carolina
has a chance here. Yeah.
Being in this spot.
It's so fun, right? It's so fun that we have a playoffs where anybody could win this. And because the cream really raised to the top this year, right? We saw a lot of teams just look heads and shoulders above some of the other teams.
The last 4 to 5 weeks, the favored teams in these playoffs, they just about won every single game, unless they were playing each other. But they were beating up on all the other teams.
Yeah.
So every team is kind of coming into this playing really well at the right time. Yeah,
you don't really have a lot other than the Panthers of teams.
But they've been playing for their standards, I guess. They've been playing well.
Well, I'd say one on each side, right? The Panthers and the Chargers, they kind of both limped in to the playoffs. They're kind of hobbling in. But everybody else, like you said, they're humming.
Yeah.
And they're ready to go. All right. So we got the NFC kind of taken care of then. Let's go over to the AFC, man. So you've got the Bills playing the Broncos?
I do.
Ooh.
I really do like Denver. I love everything that they've done. Defense is lights out.
It's like I'm caressing myself because I feel a big butt coming.
Big old booty. Big old butt booty coming through. Bo Nix just is way too inconsistent. I know people love him. I think they love him on paper because 1 minute it's about how he commands the offense. The next it's about how he can be a great runner. He's faster than you think. The next is he can find the open guy. But he doesn't seem to put it all together for a full game. big playoff game. I know he's played in one before. I think Buffalo goes in there and wins. I just am not going to buy Bo Nix over Josh Allen just yet. It wouldn't surprise me if it happened, though. I think that's going to be a close game, too. So, Bills going to the AFC Championship
Ooh, all
game.
right. Not like they've been there before.
Now, who are they playing?
Ooh, your Steelers against the new Patriots dynasty.
It really sucks seeing that because that AFC Championship game against the Steelers, when Troy Brown returned that punt at Three Rivers, it was that long ago. I still do, and Tom Brady threw a couple touchdown passes. And we haven't, I think the Steelers have won one game against they beat Tom Brady once. We did beat the Patriots this year. I just don't know if they go into New England, man. I so badly want to pick Pittsburgh. I can't do it.
Can't do it. Won't do it.
I won't do it at New England.
Wow, really, man, you're really going opposite what you're doing with your college. College, you're all heart. All heart.
Yeah.
Now you're all head.
And I really do think Pittsburgh can give them a run for their money. But, man, New England has closed the season. They're kind of on a juggernaut run. I won't lie. It's been impressive. And I just don't know if Pittsburgh... I mean, look, Pittsburgh went into Indianapolis and beat Peyton Manning and the Colts. So it could happen. It took kind of like a fluky fumble and Ben twisting and turning like 5 different directions and then launching his arm out to make a tackle to save it. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to pull that off.
He's probably running straight to the sideline. He's like, I'm not going to hurt myself.
He's like, I'm not hurting myself. So I think New England wins. And I've got an NFC West and an AFC East showdown.
In the Simca predictions. Yes, they do.
It just doesn't feel like that's going to be right, though. Has that ever happened?
I mean, hey, anything can happen, right? Be like that kid from the Angels in the Outfield. Hey, it could happen. All right. Well, I'm gonna speed through this because we're already going super long with this because we just love talking football.
I know, it's the best.
So I'm gonna go with an easier one. Pats Steelers. That's Pats. I have the Pats. I've been strong on them all year. I think that Vrabel's going to coach them, well. I think that Tomlin and Vrabel, they're going to have their teams kind of lockstep. But to your point, the Patriots haven't let up. They've been strong since midseason, and you haven't seen that fatal flaw really creep in yet. I can see the inexperience kind of coming into effect with Drake May, but I don't know. That's hard to see because I can see that they have a fairly complete offense. They got Travion Henderson and they got Stevenson that can run the ball. They've got, they might not be flashy, namesakes on the outside, but they've got wide receivers that continue to produce when they need to. And
May has been tested in these last few weeks, a couple games, and he's performed very well.
Yeah, it's impressive. So I'm going to kind of continue to ride that. I got the Pats winning that game. I don't know if I'm going to say by a large margin,
but think so
I do think that they're going to win that game. I think it'll be closer than the experts think. No, I do think it'll be more of a low-scoring game, but we'll see. Maybe the Pats just blow the doors off and they just hang 40 on the Steelers. Who knows?
It seems to be... Well, when the Steelers have lost in the playoffs recently, 40 has been hung on them about every time.
Broncos Bills. I know this is where your heart's getting in the way, man. You pick the Bills early and you feel like you got to pick the Bills, man. But we always talk about this. It's an old adage, but it's an old adage, but it's a true adage. Defenses win championships. And the Broncos have the best defense. They got the best pass rush. And Josh Allen is a Superman, but I don't see it. Sean Payton, he knows how to run an offense. Couple that with a staunch defense. I don't really feel like home field advantage has too much to play into it here. I don't believe in that Mile High stuff.
Do you feel like Josh Allen is kind of like Cam Newton in that Super Bowl against the Broncos? Like, do you think that that's what that defense will kind of do to Josh?
Yeah, okay. I do.
I did have thoughts of that as well in my head.
And without like a true one that can really get separation, their secondary is just as good as their front four. So I see the Broncos defense taking control. Bo Nix, doesn't have to win the game. He just doesn't have to lose it for him.
He's going to go Carson Beck.
Yes, there you go. R.J. Harvey's really kind of come in and started to play like everybody expected him to.
He breaks a lot more tackles for how kind of small he is.
Yeah. Evan Ingram's still a very good pass-catching tight end.
You can't sleep on him. It seems like if you focus on him every game, you can kind of shut him down, but then when you're kind of like, he's not really that good.
Yeah, you kind of doze off.
Yeah.
And then you got Cortland Sutton, a strong wide receiver. He's not going to be, a top 5 wide receiver in the league, but he's consistent and he's reliable. And then you got that connection with Troy Franklin. I just think that they're going to do enough on offense and they're just going to stifle them on defense. So I got the Broncos beating the Bills.
Okay.
So I got the 1-2 seed in the AFC. I got the Broncos playing the Pats. All right, and so let's go back. Let's go to your Super Bowl, man. NFC, you got yourself the Rams. You got yourself the Hawks. Battle of the West.
I got to keep up with
I knew you were going to. Yeah, this is your heart. Again, you're not using logic.
I kind of used brain up until the Bills over the Broncos. And now we're going all heart, baby. No, I truly do. I said it before. Look, man, you throw a ball off the guy's helmet and the guy picks it up. You get two. Not super bitter. It's just how fluky is that?
Yeah, it's very fluky.
Got 2-point conversions.
We talked about this. The Seahawks, everything had to go right for the Seahawks in that game, and it did.
But the Seahawks are a really good team. There's nothing that says that they couldn't go up by 14 points in the fourth and close it out. But once again, beating the same team. I know it's going to be in Seattle again. That does worry me. But beating the same team again in so many weeks, I got the Rams.
You got the Rams. You got the Rams making the Super Bowl.
Yep.
All right. Well, you already kind of talked yourself into a corner here. We're talking about your heart. So I think we're going to know where we're going. But go ahead. Give me the detail on the AFC picks. You got the Bills and the Pats. Who you got?
Yeah, this is all heart. This is all. I've got a couple people in my life that are New England Patriots fans.
Oh.
And I love you, Todd French. I don't want to see you cheering anymore on a Super Bowl Sunday. I'm tired of. I don't want to hear what the new excuse is to, like, if this is a dynasty, why they're not that good of a team. You had 20 years of success, and you're still like, no, my team's not that good on 3rd and long. We give up so much. I just want you to lose, be gone, be done, and not have a dynasty set up. This is all heart. I bashed Drake May all year.
You have.
And I love Josh Allen.
You do love you some Joshy.
If there's ever a time in the universe that my heart can win out over my brain.
Oh, that's sweet.
Can this please be it?
Jason needs a break. He lost the belt. Come on, universe.
I lost all my college football picks.
Yes, you did.
Badly. Bills, Rams, Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, just like you predict. Man, if that happens, man, you really are Miss Cleo because you had this exact matchup mid-season. So I congratulate you that this is even a possibility.
Thank you.
Not a great possibility.
No, it's not.
But a possibility nonetheless. Rams, Hawks. I'm going to go the other way. It's like
I knew you would.
I was super high on the Hawks. I got to stick with them. I'm going with the Seahawks over the Rams.
You're going to use your heart in both of these games.
Yes, I am.
I'm excited to see who your Super Bowl winner is going to be.
Ooh, all right.
Because I know who's going to be in it.
Yep. So I got the Seahawks beating the Rams. You say it's hard to beat a team that far back, but this is a rubber match. The first game that they played, that was a 2-point game that the Rams won. This is a 1-point game this year. This is an even matchup.
I think
exciting.
I think the NFC, every game could go down to the wire.
So, I think that I'm relentlessly optimistic that all of these games are going to be just like must watch and super exciting to see. I hope this one is too. I do still think the Hawks are going to do it. They still have home field advantage. Again, home field I don't really give too much credence to unless it's the freaking Seahawks home field because they are a raucous group. You talk about the Beast Quake or whatever they called it.
Yes.
And I just think that might have an element to it. I think that as quarterbacks go, Stafford's pretty unflappable, but I still think that the noise and everything, it could play an effect. So I got the Seahawks marching all the way back to the Super Bowl. And then to your point, Hart's leading this one. Broncos, Pats, I got the Patriots.
You
I got the Patriots beat the Broncos.
You are so mad you didn't pick them.
I'm so bitter. Why? I was talking them up so much, and I don't know why I went back. This also feels like, I mean, because we saw this Super Bowl before, the Seahawks and the Patriots. We've seen this, but it's a new iteration of it. It's the second coming of both of these teams, so there's a lot of cool little backstories and side stories for this as well. I'm sure that, I mean, the game's being played on Peacock, so Brady can't call the game, thank God.
Yeah. Look. So if Seattle has like first and goal on the 2 with like 45 seconds left.
Just reimagine the thing. They're going to hand it off. They're handing it off to Charbonnet or to Kenneth Walker. Charbonnet's been like kind of their short yardage guy, so it might be
Well,
Charbonnet.
Marshawn Lynch was a short yardage guy.
Well, Pete Carroll got fired recently, so maybe, he
that was
lost
kind of
his
the
fastball.
start of his downhill there.
But yeah, I just think that the Pats are just a more complete team. Again, Bo Nix, I think he can do enough against the Bills offense, but I don't think that he can do enough to match with the Patriots offense. And I think the Patriots offense, again, McDaniel, great offensive coordinator, terrible head coach. So I think he keeps that run going. So I got the Seahawks and the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I think your matchup would be, I think it's more likely.
Well, I'm kind of chalking this up, right? I got a 1 and a 2 seed going into the Super Bowl.
There's nothing wrong with that. Both teams have been playing great. They'll have a bunch of home field games. New England is going to have to go into Denver, that AFC Championship game. But that's okay. The Steelers have gone in there and won before, so no biggie.
No biggie.
No biggie.
Anybody can do it.
They did it as a 6 seed. So
yeah, you're a 2 seed. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Well, hey, look at that. Bills are a 6 seed going in against Denver. You got a little similarity there.
Grasping. But so yeah, I've got the Rams and the Bills. I'll be dead honest with you. I sat here and thought about it, making these picks during the day. There is a small part of me that doesn't want to hear, like, I know our friends will say stuff to us.
Oh, yeah.
And if I went against my picks,
I know,
and it happened, I would never hear the end of it.
Never live it down.
As much as I don't really think that this is the highest probability of a Super Bowl, if it did somehow happen and I don't pick it in this, I'll never forget
live it down. Yeah.
So I truthfully, in this situation, would probably pick the Rams. But I'm picking what I picked mid-season.
All right, man.
Josh Allen rides into the sunset with his beautiful wife, Haley Steinfeld.
She might be Haley Allen now. I don't know. Did she take Josh's name?
I think they just had like a kid, or she's pregnant, or
all right.
something.
Yeah.
And
he just gets everything.
Goes to Disney World.
Gets a smoking hot wife, gets a kid, gets a ring, gets to go to Disney World.
He's going to live it up for the year.
Rich get richer.
I think he's earned it.
Yeah. He's seen his fair share of
disappointments. And I do always like seeing, I really do wish he could go up against the Chiefs and have beaten Patrick. But look, you're going to take it any way you can get it.
Yeah.
But I do want to see him succeed.
I don't know. Like, I'm the other way with it. It's like Josh could, be the next
Jim Kelly.
Yeah. Bills all over again, just never getting it. Like, even in I could see in your scenario, I could see that very realistically happen. I could see a Rams-Bills Super Bowl, but then Rams win it, and then you're really going to see that comparison with Kelly. But hey, I can't discredit you for going with your heart and committing to what you committed to earlier. So more power to you. I know that you're sweating it. You're like, oh God, I have to because I'm never going to live it down. Because you'll hear it from me.
I know.
I'll be like, you backed out of your own picks.
I'd rather go down with this ship than if it was the reverse.
If it goes exactly as you're going to, you are a savant. You predicted this scenario, not this every matchup, but you predicted this matchup in the Super Bowl, 8 weeks ago?
Yeah. I'll be riding high for at least a year.
At least. All year. Yeah. Absolutely. But let's go back to reality.
Yes.
So I got the Seahawks and the Patriots. And I feel like this is where the combination of heart and head kind of congeal and congel together. I don't want to see the Pats win again. I don't want to. I hate dynasties, and I don't want to see a new one, so And I do think that the Seahawks are a complete team. Sam Darnold, Super Bowl champ.
Comes through this year with all the good talent, good players in this league. He's the quarterback that holds up
You
that
forget
trophy.
that Sam Darnold was a highly touted pick coming out of college.
He was.
He has the tangibles. Everybody was just concerned about. I'll never forget that time. Who was he playing when he was with the Jets? And they caught him on a high mic saying, he's like, I'm seeing ghosts out here.
Yes.
And it's like that has been carried with him. But it
might have been the Patriots.
But it's like he got to sit and work in Kyle Shanahan's offense as a backup, but he was there for the 49ers. He got to sit with, and he'd start with Kevin O'Connell, another great offensive mind. Now he's going to a new one.
He was on the Commanders. O'Connell, wasn't he? Was he
I
on
don't
the
know.
Commanders
Maybe
staff?
every good
I felt
freaking
like I
head
was
coach
missing one. I think it's O'Connell.
Oh, whatever. Thank you for just twisting that knife again.
You're welcome.
But you love redemption. So nothing is more of a redemption story than Sam Darnold finally shedding all of that, it's Sam Darnold talk and winning a championship. And again, if they win, I could see him not even being the MVP of the game. But he'll get his ring. Seahawks over the Pats to win the Super Bowl. Wow. Suck on that, Semco.
You kind of got me with that redemption story.
There you go.
I am a sucker for that.
You are a sucker for redemption. Well, Sam Darnold has hopped around between teams. That kind of segues us into college football and all of the transfer portal stuff. Semco, do we have time for this? Or are we going to save it for next week? What are we doing here?
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Why not? Whatever.
Because, again, I had a perfect segue here, so we have to do it now.
Let's do it.
So it's like, you saw Sam Darnold hop between like 5 teams in 5 years. That seems to be the norm now in college football. It's getting ridiculous now. Today's news has been nothing about these 3-year starters, 4-year starters transferring to a brand new school for 1 year and just starting new.
And making some cash.
Oh, so much cash. Jesus. The Cincinnati quarterback came out today. He was the top guy, the top quarterback in the portal right now, Brendan Sorsby. He was, LSU and Texas Tech, and we were talking about how much money Texas Tech, and I said they spent all this money, but they didn't spend it on a freaking quarterback. Well, guess what?
Now.
They did. Do you know how much they're giving this guy for 1 year at Texas Tech?
Well, you told me.
I did.
$5 million.
He has pretty much a 1 year,
yes,
$5 million
that's all he's
contract.
eligible for is 1 year.
That's insane. That's absolutely insane. They did the comparison. I think a few other places did, but he's making more in 1 year than Shedeur Sanders is making in his entire rookie contract.
The first thing I said to you was, I guess we're going to at least get to see a lot of these kids stay in college because they're going to make more money than unless they're going to be a first-round pick, they might as well stay in college and make some more cash and then maybe get a first-round grade. But either way, they're going to make their money. But I don't know. College athletics, if this is the point where you're going to start being able to pay guys more money, I think we talked with our couple of our buddies. Cooper Flagg made $30 million last year.
That's insane.
At Duke.
Yeah.
Now, I know that's Cooper Flagg, and he's like a generational talent, but these guys are making so much money. Why wouldn't they want to stay in school?
Obviously, yeah.
But this whole thing where you can just go from school to school and just kind of like island hop if you want, I don't know how that's allowed and how you can't stop that.
The NCAA created this problem.
Yeah.
By not putting enough structure and restrictions on these. So this is going to be the norm, and we're going to see it more and more often. And for no reason other than, this was my concern when it first came out, and it still is. If you're a highly touted high school quarterback and you go into a system and you don't get the starting job, you're just going to leave.
You are? You're
not going to fight for your place. Or if you even waffle and think, I'm going to lose my start, I'm not going to get the starting gig, and I don't want to sit on the bench, I'm going to go somewhere where I can play. It creates this quitting mentality where it's like, I don't want to try and be the best. I just want to go somewhere else where I'm better than the rest.
Famously, Steve Young, when he went to Brigham Young University, I think he was like third on the depth chart, and he wanted to quit. And his dad basically was like, you're not a quitter. You're going to stay, you're going to compete, and you're going to finish because I think Steve wanted to transfer, but he's like, no, you're not going to sit out a year. You're going to fight. You're going to get the job. And like, that's what you're going to do. And he did, and he's now Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
I will say this, though. The only thing that I'm trying to find, I always try to find a positive light in some of this. The only thing I can kind of take a positive in is I think, and we will talk one day, once football's over, I got so many topics to talk about. And the youth sports one, this does, I think, take a lot of the recruiting of these colleges away from the high schoolers. Or, remember the stupid reports? And I just got sucked in because we were about, young enough where we kind of cared more. When USC verbally was signing an 8th grader.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen anymore. And I think that's a good thing.
I suppose,
of anything, I think this is a good thing. This whole National Signing Day and high schoolers flipping and doing all this and kind of making a whole deal about it, I am kind of glad that might calm down a little bit.
It might, but I feel like there's a ripple effect with it too, right? So the best talent now that's coming out of high school, they might not go to the best schools right now. Because what's going to happen is you go to a Nebraska, or you go to a Maryland, or you go to, a Cal. You work out the kinks. When you become good, we'll portal you in.
Yeah.
We're going to get you for your best 2 years instead of laboring through your growing stages, right? Because now there's no commitment to staying with the school. When you signing day doesn't mean jack, because you're signing pretty much maybe for 1 year with this team until a better offer comes around.
You're gonna hate me for this.
I already do.
Because I know. First of all, I want to get to. I'm happy for your new Nebraska QB signing.
That's right.
Coming from a great university.
For Holmes, who? Forget you for Holmes.
Definitely gonna be an upgrade.
Yeah.
But next, Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
I just see Notre Dame just realizing later on that they picked the wrong quarterback when our new quarterback comes in and becomes an All-American. So I love that that Notre Dame made a huge mistake.
Well, they'll have him for a year and then he'll portal.
Probably.
But that leads me to this is kind of how European soccer works.
Oh my God.
Look, I'm telling you, their correlations are getting crazy. This is what the big clubs, they're obviously at the top. There's a top 4 or 5. And then you've got these middle tier teams. That's what they do though. They go out and find these guys when they're young and they sign them. And then the big clubs poach them.
Yep.
And that's when they make their money. So teams, some of these universities, Nebraska, basically, if you're not going to have enough money to compete with the big guys, and if you're just going to say, we can't do this, then you're going to have to set yourself in that mode. You're going to have to stay in that zone of, so we're going to get the high school recruit, and we better do better than everybody else. Because it's weird how it works in European soccer, because there's certain clubs, Borussia Dortmund, Monaco, they just always get these young guys, but then they always sign for bigger clubs. It's very weird that certain ones, and they're the best at it. So schools got to decide if that's what they want to be. And then you might have a shot, lightning in a bottle, where those guys all come together and you have one good year, but then they're all gone the next year.
So with the European soccer, because I obviously know next to nothing with European soccer.
You've proven that.
Yes.
I'm going to educate you, though, through this podcast.
Let's say you're Morocco, little baby Morocco, right?
Monaco,
whatever.
Well,
Monaco, Italy.
No, it's like a province of France, kind of.
Of course.
They got the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's hoity-toity land.
Yeah, hoity-toity. When the players get poached from a Monaco, do they have to pay Monaco anything?
So that's the little difference, is Monaco will make a bunch of money.
That is where, if they're going to do this and they're going to continue to allow these players to get poached, that needs to be part of it then too. These players sign a contract with the college saying, I'm committed to you, but I have a buyout or something like that. The team that's poached them, they got to pay that buyout. They got to pay that team whatever it is. I would say even match it. If you're gonna pay the kid $5 million for the year, you got to pay his team, the coach or the college that he's leaving from. You got to pay them $5 million too.
Agreed. I think that if this is where college athletics is going to go, then absolutely there should be something that these schools, and this is just where the NCAA just didn't think any of this through.
They didn't think anything through. They panicked. They realized that, oh man, we're way behind the 8 ball, that we were supposed to be paying these kids. And that's another argument for another time. Like, I'm not against paying the players because the NCAA just is profiting hand over fist.
And obviously, NCAA at their core never wanted to. It took them to court because if they actually wanted to pay the players, would have come up with a better system.
Yeah.
But just hoping that the court legal system wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Let's not ever forget that the NCAA really never wanted to pay them. And it's really because they just wanted to coat their own pockets with the cash.
Just line their pockets with dollar bills. So, yeah, I think that if they're going to go fully this way, there has to be some compensation for the colleges that pretty much minor league this guy into the majors, right? It's like, we trained him, we got him, we worked out the kinks, now you're just going to take him, then you better pay us.
That's a brilliant idea.
I mean, it's just like with college coaches, right? And we can go into this too. It's like, it has a ripple effect. It's like when a coach leaves, you talk to my new quarterback, I'm going to talk about yours. You got a brand new coach. Guess what he did? He just poached his old quarterback from Iowa State and took him along with him. Of course that's going to happen. This quarterback was recruited by this coach. He knows his system.
Yeah.
He's going to go where he's comfortable. And Iowa State's just left with nothing. They have no recourse. There's nothing that they can do.
They get nothing in return from it.
So we talk about how this also has an effect with like coaches. Like we can drag Lane Kiffin some more. But
he gets as much talk as Kurt Emery.
Oh, hey, Kurt. Hey, how you doing, big guy? So, but, if coaches, when they leave, like they have to pay a buyout, then why can't it be the same thing for the kids?
It has absolutely gotten to that point. And to say that, it's kids and all this, it's like, no, these kids know exactly what they're doing. I can't even pronounce his name, but I think he's an idiot that went to Tennessee, that then went back to UCLA and tried to sit there and say, I just really got homesick.
I know you're talking about.
Dude, you just went because Tennessee paid you the most money. It turns out you're not really that good.
And you wanted more. You got greedy.
Yeah.
Let's just call it what it is.
So don't kind of give this whole, we can't have players with buyouts and contracts, because behind the scenes, you've got agents that are just the scum of the earth that are dictating to these coaches, if you don't play my kid this much, if you don't let him try to throw 3 touchdowns a game, we're going to bolt, and you can't do anything about it, so you better listen to it. And those kids are saying, yeah, that's what I want. I want you to do that for me. So, yeah, there should be a cost. Cincinnati should be heavily compensated. If Texas, whether it's a percentage of what Texas Tech paid, or whether there legit is like a buyout on these guys. I could almost be like a percentage of what you pay. So, if it's $5 million, I don't know, they got to pay $3 million to Cincinnati. I don't know. Getting down to like each player has a buyout, I don't know. That could happen. Maybe they just be standard. Like
I said, it would be a match. And maybe it's like more like you said, maybe it's like a 60% match. It's like you have to pay us 60% what you're paying the kid.
Yeah.
Because then that would even the playing field. Then they have more money to potentially go out and try and get some more guys, right? Like instead of just allowing them to, because again, if I was a LSU or if I was Indiana's a perfect example. They're like, we're not going to get the best recruits because we're Indiana, at least right now.
Well,
now they will.
They're Manchester Citying this thing.
Yeah, exactly, because they're like, we're just going to wait and we're going to find the best talent that's available, dangle a few dollar bills in front of them, and then we're just going to take them. And that's why Indiana's where they are right now.
But now they're paying.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, though. I know. We're going to get off. We're going to get a little bit longer than we wanted to again.
That's fine. That's what she said.
I love when we get into the late stages of the podcast. I think it's our best.
It is. It's the best.
We've kind of calmed down. We've gotten through like our big topic.
And now we can just be loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey and none the wiser.
Yes.
Hennigans. But no, Indiana, look. This might be the greatest college football team of all time.
Wow, look at you. You're trying to reverse jinx them, aren't you? You're going to talk big about Indiana, so you hope that your negative juju rubs off on them and they lose to Oregon.
Actually, no, I wasn't. I'm being quasi-serious. Of the 2 years that we've now done the college football playoff, they're the only team that had a bye that won.
Yeah,
they're the only team.
What the hell, Georgia?
Dan Lanning, once again, he might be my favorite guy of all time right about now because he's right about so much stuff. Yeah, you know what? These teams that got to play after each having a 4-week bye, it was even. But now, those teams that have played, such a huge advantage, obviously now, going into the game against a team that had an even longer...
Super rusty.
Yeah. So, Indiana might... Either Cignetti's the best coach of all time... Now I'm just really trying to...
Yeah, you are. You can't stand Cincinnati.
Or they're just the best team of all time.
Yeah.
Poor Oregon. But we do got the games are on this week, and we got to get like quick picks.
Yes, okay.
I know you've got to have Oregon.
I'm so bitter. My natty pick, Georgia. I mean, they had a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter. What the crap?
No, it wasn't the fourth quarter.
I think it might have been. I think that Ole Miss scored right after the turn of the quarter.
Okay.
But, yeah, I mean, if we're talking about a heart and head, it's like I want to see Oregon just because, I mean, God, if they've won it, it's been decades.
Almost a century.
So I'd love to see it. But then again, Indiana, I don't think they've ever won it. If they did, it was like 1913.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, you got two teams that it's interesting, the matchups, right? It's like you've got two teams that are very, very strong. People expected them to be there that haven't won it. So you got two teams that are like, hey, you know, one of us is going to make the national championship, and we haven't been there in forever. Oregon's been there.
Yeah.
Just haven't won it.
Yeah.
And then you got two teams that were complete underdogs that nobody gave a chance to get to this point.
I know.
And and one of them are going to make it. I know. So either way, the matchup, it's going to be fantastic to watch because you're going to get either a complete underdog to win the national championship, or you're going to get one of these long laboring, established universities to finally get their first in God knows how long.
I think that was like an NCAA tournament. It might have been last year's where no matter who came out of it, the winner was going to be like a first of winner.
Some kind, yeah.
It wasn't last year because Duke was in it, but it might have been like 2 years ago.
I mean, so getting back to the picks, it's like Oregon, I'd love to see them win, and I hope they do, but, I mean, Indiana's just a bullet train out of hell, and they're just not slowing down, and it's hard to see them. And the Cignetti rest rule where it's like, what is it, they only practice like 6 hours a week or something crazy like that? That might be the new norm. They're like, he figured something out here. Our team's not exhausted, they're not overworked, and they're fresh, and they're ready to go. So, I mean, I have to pick Indiana at this point.
Good, because I'm picking Oregon.
Good, I knew you would. You're
Dan
going back
Lanning,
to the heart.
baby.
Yeah, because your college picks have been so great. I'm so glad I'm on the opposite side of you right now. And then Ole Miss, I think we're on the same side of this. Ole Miss and Miami. Heart and head, I got Ole Miss in this. I still can't stand you, Carson Beck. I hope you're a listener, and you can throw shade right back at me and be like, who the hell are you?
Standing next to his
You're a
Lamborghini.
nobody. Yeah. And his model girlfriend or his 3 model girlfriends, you know, you probably can't pick. It's hard.
He could just stand next to his sister. That's okay.
Dang, all right. But I got Ole Miss. I think what they showed at Georgia is that what we thought was the complete opposite. We thought that they would kind of hear the noise of Lane Kiffin, all this stuff, and it would get in their heads, but they've used it as motivation.
They've
used it as, we're going to prove all the naysayers wrong. And, man, I think that it's a godsend for them that Kiffin didn't force Weiss to sit out and not coach.
I know.
Him still staying in at the offensive coordinator has been the difference.
He called a great game against Georgia in the second half.
Called a great game, and there's continuity there where there wasn't elsewhere.
That's true, too. But, yeah, the first time that they played Ole Miss and Georgia, I think Trinidad had, like, 1 completion for 1 yard in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And he couldn't miss in the fourth quarter. So they obviously made adjustments and called the right plays. Yeah.
So, so I got Ole Miss beating Miami.
I got Miami.
Really?
That defense shows up like it did. If Carson Beck just continues to not try to be Carson Beck that he wants to be, if he just wants to be more like I don't know, what's just a good What was like the best when you were at Enterprise? What was just like the best economy car, like an Altima? If he just wants to be like a Nissan Altima.
Excuse me, Altima's a full size. All right. Thank you for shouting out that I used to work at Enterprise. Yes, it's like they teach you how to be your own boss. Okay, all right. Step Brothers.
Look, that was like 25 years
ago. That was like 25 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
No, I mean, the economy cars, you got, what, a Chevy Aveo. Maybe you get lucky, you get a Ford Focus.
Okay, so if Carson Beck just chooses to be a Ford Focus instead of the Lamborghini, I think they got a shot.
I like your little segue to like car analogies. He's got drives a Lamborghini, but you don't have to be a Lamborghini, okay? Be reliable. Be a Corolla.
Yeah.
Fuel efficient.
Yes.
Great safety.
Get you to where you need to go.
Yeah. 0 to 60 is not going to be the best. Not optimal.
We're not looking for that. We're not looking to try to throw in a triple coverage and try to like pinpoint a pass.
Yes.
We just need you to find an open guy.
Yeah. All right. So you got Miami. I say we stop there. Let's not go another level deep because we'll have another week to kind of do that prediction. True. And chances are one of us is going to have to completely change because we're on completely opposite sides here.
I love that.
I know. My goodness. And then we'll touch on it, but we're not going to go into deep dive. You have some really good stuff, but I know we're over.
Yeah.
Olympics start this Friday. You excited?
No, they don't start this Friday.
They started this Friday, the 6th?
I think it's February.
Is it February?
February 6th.
Okay, so we got time.
We got time.
You got me worried about this. I want to talk about Olympics.
No, well, good. Well, that's what I wanted to kind of talk to you about. Kind of keep it fresh, a little bit behind this. Pull the curtain back a little bit. We don't talk but so much about our topics because we want to keep it fresh. So I just kind of mentioned the Olympics. I don't even know if you're a fan of the Winter Olympics or not.
I am a fan of the Olympics. Yes, I am.
I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
It's actually the main thing. So I met my wife on eHarmony.
Ooh. And
obviously you look at so many people's profiles, and hers on there, one of the things that she liked was the Winter Olympics.
Really?
And I was like, I kind of did like a... Really? Because it was the same thing, I like hiking. I like rock
going
climbing.
To the yeah.
And then Winter Olympics, I was like, of like the 300 women I've seen, that's the first one. I was like, ooh, let me
star that Player one. Semco, the 300 ladies I've been seeing.
How many do you think messaged me back? Well, you know what?
With that photo, come on. 300 out of 300.
Thanks, man. You made my night.
I want to have your babies, Semco.
It was like 3 out of 300. but anyway, no, I love the Winter Olympics. It's just a sport you don't get any pub of. But yeah, I wanted to know.
It really is.
I wanted to know if that's something you really wanted to like talk about down the road or when it starts.
Yes, I do. I do want to talk about it. I love for us to kind of talk about our favorite, I guess, sports or our favorite picks. What's a must watch for you?
Yeah.
I think you had a good question because I'm the movie guy. It's like, what's your favorite Winter Olympics movie? So we'll go into that as well. Very exciting stuff.
I
feel like the Winter Olympics get kind of disrespected. It's like everybody just thinks figure skating.
Yeah,
when they think Winter Olympics,
which is cool, fun, and all. When you get countries involved, it almost doesn't matter what the sport is.
Yeah.
Like if I sit there and watch it for 5 minutes, I'm going to be so invested in it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even like the cross country skiing one.
No, that's where we miss. I knew you were going to say that. It's like cross country. You can cross that off the list.
Well, okay.
I don't want to see people going shit.
Oh no. Okay, sorry. Well, yeah, you're right. That one is kind of boring because someone's way ahead.
They're just walking.
It's the one with the shooting.
It's biathlon.
Yeah. Now that one's fun because and I love it too because they get so into it now where like they'll have like the heart rate of the athletes.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they did it in the last Olympics. Okay. So when they're like laying down and after you watch it long enough, that's why you just gotta stick around. Watch it for like 10, 15 minutes.
Give it a little time to
because
marinate.
Then you start seeing like, ooh, that guy's heart rate is like 90. Last guy that came up with 90 like missed 3 of them, and you're like, he really needs to make like
gotta get that
6.
resting heart rate. Yeah. That HRV, that heart rate variable's got to go down.
Look at you working out. You know all the terms.
That's right. HRV.
You'll be in that running group with us.
God, no, zero chance. You and the guys are like texting about let's meet at 8 a.m. on Saturday to do a lunge and a ruck, and I'm like, I will be
asleep.
No, I won't be asleep. I have kids. I'll have probably been up for about an hour and a half already.
Okay. Oh, they're early birds, huh?
Yeah, my son is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was an early bird. My parents hated me for that.
It's like every time like we try and do a workout early, hear the little dun 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 dun. It's just like, dang it! And then it's like I've got it like timed out now. It's like I can tell when he's coming, and then I'll like point. I'll be like, go back to bed. And they're like, how did you know? Like, and I was like, well, I'm dad. I've got dad ears now. Yeah. I'm deaf, but somehow I still have dad ears. But no, yeah, I'd love for us to go into a little bit more detail. We've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about the Olympics.
Good. I'm excited.
You know what? That'll be a perfect week when we've got that week gap between the Super Bowl, because I'm guessing we're not going to be talking too much about the Pro Bowl.
I hope we don't spend more than 2 minutes. Yeah, maybe to make fun of it.
Yes.
And maybe to recall, like, well, I'm just going to get it out of the way. When Sean Taylor decked the punter.
That's all anybody remembers about the Pro Bowl. Now there's like flag football.
Yeah, it's just more of like an event, which I hope we do this kind of long enough, because I do kind of want to know.
We're not ending. I love that you're like, when are we going to? There's no expiration date.
I know, but it could be years down the road, which would be fun. Yeah. I want to, but like to see if like your kids, like, do they get into the Pro Bowl? Like, is it just really the kids? Because I loved it. I'm sure my dad hated it, but I loved the Pro Bowl. Okay. It didn't matter if it was super high scoring. I just loved seeing the guys. You're a kid, so like just seeing the guys playing on the same team that don't normally.
Yeah, that was the scratch that you wanted to itch.
Same
right?
with like the NBA All-Star game.
Yeah, I can see that. I
just like seeing these guys that don't normally play together. They're on the same team, and it's like the best players. And and you like seeing all the dunks at that age. I did, at least.
Yeah. It was. Yeah, it's popcorn material. There's no nuance to the game. It's just a lot of high-flying plays.
Yeah.
But, it's just lost its teeth. You take a tenacious sport like NFL, and they're like, but don't tackle, and just be very gentle. And it's like, it doesn't have the same energy to it.
But that's the thing, I think, is that because we're grown up and adults, and we're just, like, in that hyper masculine, for a better word, of, like, we just want to see, like, if you're not hitting hard,
I need my boost to my T. Yeah. I don't know, maybe, but at the same time, I feel like it really lost its luster, because again, it's like, what are they doing now? They do it in like Florida,
Orlando, I think now.
They do it in Orlando. Whoop-de-doo. Players would actually be excited to go when it was in Hawaii.
They were.
They're like, I got to go to Hawaii. A lot of these people, obviously the Peyton Mannings of the world and Tom Brady's where they could do that every weekend with the money they have, but these guys are just making the Pro Bowl. They're like, wow, free trip to Hawaii, and I get to play with some of the best athletes in the world. It was exciting. Now it's like, oh, I'm going to Orlando, Florida, the armpit of America. Thanks a lot.
We got to spend time in that airport? No, thank you.
It's like it lost its energy. It lost a lot of cachet. I hear there's rumors that they're going to bring it back to Hawaii.
That would be the start of making it something. But if you can't have them hit,
right?
Like, what is the point?
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth having.
It's the unwritten rule, right, with the Pro Bowl. It's like they're all going half speed. Like, if somebody really decked another guy, like if somebody like did a Sean Taylor hit, everybody else would be like, "What the hell, man? Like, this is like a rec game. Like, what are you doing trying to nick my head off?" Then you maybe
see a fight go on. It'd be the most talked about Pro Bowl.
Yeah, and then that guy would be public enemy. He'd be the Vontaze Burfict.
Yeah,
like everybody, he'd have his head on a swivel because they're all gunning for you.
It'd be like the New Orleans Saints. There'd be a bounty on him. Yes, but every team in the league would have a bounty.
Yeah,
on him.
Take him out.
Who's our least favorite player in the league that would be in the Pro Bowl? I'd want to see him do it then. Get hit.
Okay, just.
Yeah.
Just lay down. Well, that's the other thing. It's like you see, like so many people bow out. It's not even because they're in the Super Bowl. It's like if you get invited to the Pro Bowl, how many times do you see? It's like I'm not going out. I'm going. It's like I feel like last year one of the quarterbacks that went was like the by stats he was like the 25th best quarterback in the league. Nobody's going to this thing anymore. Nobody wants to go. There's no reason for them to go now.
Huntley on the Ravens
was
a Pro Bowler like 3 or 4 years ago.
That's exactly my point. It demeans the whole effort where you don't have the best players coming to this thing anymore.
Here's my question though, because when you get into like the Hall of Fame, that's one of like the stats. They always lead with it, right? They're like, played 20 years in the league, was like a 12-time Pro Bowler. Does that mean like you were, so for Huntley, right?
Well, he's not making the Hall of Fame.
No, but I'm just saying, like, so do you count that as a Pro Bowl?
Yeah.
But does the person that
he bowed out and said
does he still get the Pro Bowl nod? Because I used to, as a kid, that used to be something that I used to like look at, and maybe it was just me.
Yeah, it was just you.
Okay. Oh, well, I used to be like, well, okay, like LeBron James is like a 21-time, All-Star game, like, voted in the All-Star game. Yeah. Like, that's a pretty kind of cool deal. So, like, you're considered a Pro Bowler, you're considered, a top 3 in your position. That's pretty rarefied air or whatever, right? So it's just, but do they just kind of, if you get nominated, and then those that actually show up, do they all just get the Pro Bowl nod, and it means kind of nothing now?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the Pro Bowl already kind of seems like nothing.
I would have thought that would have been my reason for wanting to at least go and do it, is that if I didn't go, I wouldn't get that Pro Bowl nod.
No, I feel like the Hall of Fame, you'll see more of a turn to All-Pro. Exactly. Yeah. All-Pro. He was an All-Pro, a 3-time All-Pro. He was an MVP, Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. Led like all-time leader for his team, like in single season rushing or passing, that type of stuff. It'll be those kind of accolades.
By the way,
Super Bowl
I was
wins.
So mad Myles Garrett got that stupid sack.
Oh, and I looked it up. TJ Watt did do it with 17 games, so I don't want to hear it. He did it with the same amount of games as Myles Garrett.
Did he play in 17
I don't know. I don't know if he was hurt, but it was in a 17-game season. I looked it up because I knew you were going to bring this up. And even Strahan talked about it on the NFL broadcast. He's like, well, those two guys, they did it in 17 games. I did it in 16, so I think I'm the best there was in 16 games. And these guys are, some of the best doing it in 17 games. So there. So Myles Garrett, equal sign,
first
greater
of all,
sign.
Michael Strahan, you can't say that with a straight face because
the Brett Favre sack.
I want to get into how much I hate Brett Favre at some point because if there's anyone that's just the worst egotistical maniac.
But didn't that Garrett sack on Burrow look a lot like that Favre sack?
It did.
I thought you'd be super. That's why I thought you'd be super. Not that he did it in more games or something like that, but the sheer fact that it just deflates it so much that's the sack that gets you the title. The same thing with the Strahan one. It's like you just fell down.
TJ Watt
touched him.
Did it in a 17-game season, but he missed time due to injury, making his 1.5 sacks per game rate the highest. So he did it in less games.
Okay, so he can't stay healthy. Shame on him. Maybe if he had stayed healthy, he would have gotten that extra half sack.
If TJ
and he would have
Watt,
tied Myles.
If TJ Watt was on the Commanders, we'd be reversing the chairs, and you'd be pumping him up probably twice as much as I am.
Yeah, I am a lot of pumping circumstance
because you don't really have much good going on in the Commanders to brag about.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm not going to lie about that. Yes, we do not have a lot going with us. We better nail this draft coming up, big time.
I'm still kind of noodling how we're going to do like our NFL draft because we did do once it was like a long time ago. I was drinking, but we had a good little fun with that.
Yes.
With each pick.
Yes.
We've got to...
Do you want to go up against the champ on that again? If I do recall when we did that.
When you picked Darius Hayward-Bay for the Oakland Raiders... And you had another one. I think the Vikings drafted a guy. I was like,
I think that one. I also picked Eric Ebron for the Lions, and I was very proud of that one.
Yeah, no, you kicked my butt.
Boom, boom, boom. I just couldn't miss.
That's got to be like a live broadcast.
Okay, you want to do a live broadcast on the draft? Okay.
Yeah.
What was that, Thursday night?
I wonder if there's a way that we can get it out live. So, like, if someone actually wants to listen to it live.
Okay. Live reactions.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it'll be a Thursday night.
I mean, we're not editing this thing anyways, so it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just that'd be like a 3-hour. Well, we almost do 3 hours.
I mean, we're there. Yeah, like we're doing that with our eyes closed now.
Yeah, we're almost there anyways.
Yeah,
whatever. Look,
we had to cut so many segments on this, guys, because we couldn't stop talking about the NFL and the college football. It'll be interesting when those seasons end how we manage. But I think that you and I we can't stop talking sometimes. So I'm not really worried about it.
I've got so many thoughts on so many things that we can just like branch out and have other conversations off of that. It won't take. Before we know it, we'll still struggle to get to an hour and a half.
It's perfect because you have all those topics that you can branch out to, and I've got so many embarrassing stories of our friends that I can share. Between the two of us, there's never going to end. The great majority of these stories, I'm the lead character of embarrassment. So
we probably will have to have. I'm trying to think of a podcast that does something like this, but we'll have to have like once a quarter, like no sports.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of like either it's stories or just whatever, but just kind of like a random, here's like just an off what we normally do.
If the day after the All-Star game for baseball lands on a Monday, that's the show, because that's the deadest day in sports.
I think Chris Hunter might have said that he was betting on some like European, it might have been like fencing or something.
I mean, full-blown degenerate.
I'm sorry, Chris.
Mr. Hunter, he really isn't.
No.
He likes a little skin in the game, even if it's 50 cents.
No, if I'm being honest in that, it was. I think we were just having a conversation of like,
It was almost a bit.
Because a lot of guys like in our chat do like the $1-2 bets, and so I think I kind of brought up, because I'm about the only one that doesn't do some of those bets, and was like, well, what are you guys gonna bet on?
Right? Yeah, you did mention that.
And I think Chris came up with kind
just
of like
as a bit. He was like, yeah, I'll bet on this.
Yeah, like, and it was some random like women's European, some like not even basketball. There's this one funny sport I gotta tell you about one time that like it's like basketball hoop. There's no backboard, and the hoop is just like in the middle, and everyone kind of like runs around.
What the hell?
It was like an English sport, but
It sounds very English.
But since they
British is like, put the sphere into the hole, and let's go on and lollygag to the next spot.
It's weird because back in the day, England used to they island hop, or they took over like a bunch of countries. So it's a lot of like Caribbean countries.
And they just made it. They Anglified it.
Yeah, but that's
after each hoop, did they sing like "Cherry Ho" or something along those lines?
They kind of do.
Chip chip choo.
They like throw their hands in the air.
Chitty chitty bang bang. All those. Mary Poppins. Oh my goodness. Down the chute it goes.
Come on, one more.
I don't know. I'm grasping at straws here. But the king of $1 bets is Will Billy. Will Billy is the king of $1 bets. Like if he gets like a free bet, he's like I got a $10 free bet. He is stretching that bad boy out. Really? He's like, I have 10 $1 bets sitting in front of me.
I would take the 10 and go big or go
right.
home.
That's what I'm doing. I was like, this is such a long slog. I can't do it, man. Like it's got to be bigger stakes than $1. Because hey, I just won $1.15. I want $1.15.
15 cents gonna go towards, I don't know what you could get at 15 cents.
Nothing. You can get nothing. You can get me insulting you on our podcast. That's what you can get.
Oh, dang.
Pay me 15 cents and I'll insult you on our podcast. Now we're gonna see the numbers shoot through the roof.
We are getting some decent downloads lately. You know what our least downloaded episode was, and I feel like it was your best title.
My best title. Okay,
yeah.
yes. For those of you that don't know, Semco's the hard work, and my one job is to pick the titles for our episodes.
You do a lot of the segues.
I do a lot of the segues.
Into each of the topics. Mm-hmm. But yes, you do. You give me like 4 or 5 awesome show titles to try to kind of pick through.
Yeah,
they're really good. But yeah, you want to take a guess at which one
has
gotten the least downloaded?
The least downloaded?
Yeah,
with the best name?
Yeah, I think it's a really good. I think it was one of your better names.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm blanking right here. Which one was it? Was it like early on, or was it? Is it a recent one?
It was recent.
People get tired of us.
We've only had a few.
Yeah.
But no, it was Semco's victory lap and Sharon's thirst trap.
Oh man, that's a great one.
I know.
That's such a great one.
I was like, man, did we get a little too bold with the name?
No way. With our audience?
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe it was because it was the week before Christmas.
I know. I like to think that those time periods, some of these, we're pretty consistent other than that one. So I do like to think that that's kind of the reason why.
We'll use that. That's the reason. Yeah.
But I'm always like, oh, come on, man. People listen to that one.
I'll replay it right now. Get our. Well, I guess I already subscribed.
I don't want it like that.
Yeah, you don't want it. Yeah.
That's why I actually don't have my wife do that often. I had her do it in Costa Rica just so it registered in Costa Rica. But I'm kind of like, if you're not really going to listen to it, I don't want it just showing up every week.
Yeah.
I'd actually want it to be people that are like actually going to listen to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, just don't have it on the background.
Yeah.
I need to be in the front ground.
Damn right.
Yeah.
We say some good stuff from time to time.
I mean, yeah, it's all pulp. It's no juice. It's all pulp.
That's what I was looking to say. I have my ups and downs. When we get close to the 2 hours, I start kind of going down.
Yeah, you're starting to fade. I can see it in your eyes.
Well, I got up early for a run today. I'm trying to get under that 6-minute mile.
Oh, that's right. How's that going? Did you shave off of that 6:40?
Well, you can't just. It's been 3 days.
Oh, fine. I know.
But I did pick up the pace on a little 5K. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
But I'm going well.
All right.
Dwight's excited about his trying to do it as well. We're texting back and forth.
Oh yeah. Text chain going.
Yeah. If anything, these things keep the friendships going.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Yeah. Keeps them from getting stagnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What this pod's trying to do.
There you go. We're trying. We're trying to keep this lucid and fluid and all natch. We don't want to have this thing be a sitting rock, making moss and all that stuff.
We do need to get guest appearances in here.
We will.
Yeah.
That'll be our biggest show when we get our first guest appearance. Then I have to share my mic. I don't like sharing.
Oh, I do have to figure out how to do that. It'd actually be pretty easy, but we could do it.
All right. Maybe get a caller. Or is that even harder?
That's even harder.
Okay.
It'd be better to have them here.
Okay. Invite them into my house.
As we found out last episode, I do want to apologize. I'm glad we kind of brought that up. I don't know what happened to Brandon's voice on that episode, but I
think it was on purpose.
It really wasn't. Honestly, there was one episode that we did, and what I record on my Chromebook isn't the best. And so I actually, because of memory and stuff, I was only actually able to kind of buffer mine because I did mine first.
Oh, of course you did yours first.
Well, it was the first or second episode. And then I couldn't get to yours. So then the next episode,
so I sound like
I did yours first, and then I couldn't do mine. And now I've gotten to where I can usually get both of ours to kind of sound better.
All right.
But for whatever reason, yours came
I was in a cave.
Not great.
I was in a cave. Hey, we're in the Apple in the garage stages of this. All right. We're now's the time to buy the stock and the undrafted and overconfident. Because when we blow up and we're selling at $10 a share, you guys want to be able to take it while it was.
And you've got your Jello pool and hoping to remember.
Yes, oh man, we're bringing it all the way back to the first episode. Yes, I will remember everybody's name. I'm good with names. Just ask Seabear. Anytime we talk about movies, I can tell you 5 people that have been in that movie.
It took you long enough to get that Sienna Miller.
It did. I was waiting to hear from Seabury. He hasn't said anything yet.
Oh, maybe he does. Maybe he stopped listening.
He missed the good stuff then. We got to get some of this outro stuff in the intro to really kind of spice it up a little bit.
Okay, we can do that. We could take requests. Actually, truthfully, being honest, look, if any of you guys are still listening at almost 2 hours, can you give us some feedback? Do you like the show? Do you want to see something done differently?
I think the biggest thing, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, they want to see us. They want us to video record this thing.
Okay.
So we'll have to work on that. We gave us a whole year to do this. It was on our last one. It's a resolution that we'll put ourselves on camera.
I don't think it's that difficult.
Yeah, well.
I think it's just the equipment, but I think after that it's just you can just do it through Zoom.
All right.
Hook my computer up to whatever camera or something.
Okay.
Put it on Zoom.
All right.
And I kind of think that's all you got to do.
Piece of cake.
Okay. Well, we can work on that.
Maybe.
We're here for the people.
Yes. But yeah, honestly, give us the feedback. Semco might listen to it. I definitely won't. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. But yeah, Semco's more in, trying to generate some interest. Where I'm stuck in my ways.
You are so brutally honest. You say that every time. You're like, you might want to be an angel investor. Might want to donate. I don't want your money. I'm going to do what I want to do.
Well, I never said I didn't want anybody's money. I want everybody's money.
Wow. But not if it's going to cost you having to not do what you want to do.
Exactly.
That's okay.
I wanted your money when we did that $500 bet.
I can't wait to talk about that thing. That's just a great story.
It is a great story. We got plenty of them. The funny thing is that our audience has heard most of these, but I feel like they're sparses and pieces where some people weren't there for one and some people weren't there for the other, so everybody will get kind of filled in on the good stuff. I'm going to put out an APB that I think if we do have our first guest, it's got to be our champ. We got to have Will Billy in the seat.
We do.
Congratulate him. See if he has any words to the wise of his successes. And then I can Jones on him for not being a true champ because he didn't win the championship game. He lost to Burr.
Yeah, Josh Allen kind of let him down.
That was insane. Like he was down on himself. Will Billy was really down on himself. He's like, man, my team choked. I was like, you scored 155 points. Your team did not choke. She has just sold her heterosexual soul to the fantasy gods devil so that she can continue to be and make all of the right moves. It's like, did you have Olave as like a top 5 wide receiver this year?
After 5 years of getting concussions by week 5?
And whatever the quarterback's name is he was the right choice for Olave to finally open him up.
When she picked him up, I was like, that's it. That's the move right there. That's going to win her. Like, after Mahomes went down, I was like, y'all picked up all the other quarterbacks, but you didn't pick up Tyler Show. And I was like, that's the one.
Yeah, that's going to do it. And she just makes it's so frustrating. Like, she somehow plotted along with Chase Brown.
I know.
And then he turned it on during the playoffs. I mean, and then Trey McBride, I had him last year. He couldn't score a touchdown.
I know.
And then the next year he leads the league in touchdowns, in tight ends.
Well, and then he set the record for receptions in a year that we did a half a point per reception.
It's ridiculous. So frustrating.
We lost to a girl.
She's beyond she's beyond gender at this point. She's just Burr.
Just Burr.
I mean, just ask Todd. He saw the six-pack up close and personal, didn't you, Todd? Yeah, you did. You're like, what is this?
This is why this is the best part of the podcast.
But doubt Burr's listening. God, if she did, good on you, Burr.
Oh, if Dwight listens to this,
he'll give it to her.
He guaranteed. Well, she showed up at the baseball draft.
She did.
Was it the last one or the one before that?
No, it wasn't the baseball draft. It was a football.
Or was it football? A draft.
Yeah, you showed up
recently, within like 2 years.
Because I showed up at the baseball draft randomly, and he didn't even know it was coming. That's another story we can talk about. We'll do it around the baseball draft.
Around the baseball draft.
There you go. Yeah.
Are we going to do the baseball draft?
We're going to do it on the weekend? Are you going to do it on the weekend? We can, if you want.
Whenever that draft is. Yeah. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we can have special occasions.
Yeah. Maybe that's when we have a guest in.
Okay. That episode's just going to be the draft. You understand that, right? Just jonesing on each other's draft picks.
Okay, maybe not. That might not be great radio.
It might. I mean, like, in between picks, we can have some, tete-a-tete and some repartee.
We probably would need another person because depending on when we're like drafting, one of us is going to be like in our stuff, and not paying attention to what the other one's saying. Yeah. But if there's someone else here,
all right, we'll see if we can wrangle a guest, and if so, we'll do our draft podcast live.
Oh, I was doing a lot of live events here.
They're all drafts. They're all drafts.
Well, one's a live NFL draft. The one's a fantasy draft. But yeah, drafts.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we still have the gusto and the huevos to pull that off.
There's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
But do you have any final words, sir?
No, man. I'm looking to see you in the cold plunge. 11 minutes, apparently. I'll have the paramedics on site.
Thank you.
To resuscitate you.
I'm really not that confident in my picks.
I'm really looking forward to picking the most overweight, just slovenly paramedic there to give you mouth-to-mouth when you pass out after that 11-minute cold plunge. And I'm going to be playing, I don't know if I'll be playing Enya to give you that, like, who's that anyway?
I'm going to listen to
I'm going to play
podcast.
I'm going to play. Dude, hey, the great listening. I listened to the podcast when I did the cold plunge. I was like, it did. I was like, flew right by. It was great. You don't get to. You got to. Maybe it'll just be me reading short stories that I wrote. I'll just read those.
You wrote? I would love that.
I'll have to. I haven't, but I will for this. But yes, looking forward to. I mean, this is what we look forward to all year in the NFL. Regular season's great, fantasy's great, but it comes down to the playoffs. And even when your team's not in it, this is the time. Super excited. Can't wait for this weekend to come and talk about it next Monday with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be back on track, get back on those Mondays. Thanks to those that have quickly listened to the Thursday episode. And hopefully be ready for this one, and we'll be back on track.
Yeah, I hope you guys are stuck in traffic like nonstop, so you have nothing else to do but to listen to us talk.
Because we just keep going longer and longer.
Even when we say we're not going to.
It's hard not to. We get on a roll. It's hard to want to stop it.
Yeah.
Because it's good content, and we can't ever go back on it.
No. There's no going back.
No.
Yeah.
But all right, that's another episode of the Undrafted and Overconfident podcast. Thanks for hanging with us, the two friends who've been arguing about sports for 20 years and still can't agree on anything, except most of our NFL playoff picks until the championship games. But hit that follow button, drop a rating, email us at undraftedandoverconfident@gmail.com, and we'll see you next week. Different takes, same nonsense. Thanks, y'all.
Peace.